Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's go ahead and pause that. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the live stream. How you doing, Joe Bell? I have one nerve left. Oh, geez. That's not good. I wonder where it's at. How you doing, rendered guy Colin? Good to have you. Good to have you. Go ahead and get this out of the way. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody's week been going? Well, let's go ahead and chat a little bit. We like to do the chats at the beginning. We're here in the office. Make sure you guys are having a good time. Great to be. Hey, awesome to have you here. I'm working with a headache today. No meds, raw dogging it. Weird thing to say, but yeah, a little bit of a headache today because I started a little diet, a little carnivore diet again, getting back into it, dropped some water weight, getting back into the swing of things. Developing my own little academy for myself. Guys, like, I, it's crazy. AI is insane. Like, I know we talk about motorcycles and stuff and rider training and whatnot, but I've developed. It's hard to explain. I tried to explain it to my girlfriend. She looked at me like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, not like when can you stop, but like, hey, that's like, no wonder your brain needs to take a break. So basically, I created it's in Claude. I set everything up. I did some crazy stuff. I can't explain it to you guys very well, but basically, at the end of the day, I've got like a team of advisors from multiple different people that I look up to. So like there's Jocko Willink. It's hard to explain. There's like a ton of people, kind of set up. So then when I ask a question, I have like this board of mentors chiming in on like their voice. I pulled in transcripts from like YouTube videos and podcasts from all these people, like hundreds of pages on a Google Doc, and just like uploaded it to Claude, and it's like answering it's pushing back on me. It's a bunch of crazy stuff. Anyways, I've developed like an academy for myself. So those of you like Colin Clark and those of you that are in the Smart Rider crew, you know that we're going to be launching our own academy May 1st. Okay. So it's going to be a fun thing. I wish everybody, I want everybody to participate and at least join up. If you do it, you do it. You don't, you don't. It's up to you. But I'm developing like some certifications. I'm developing a few things here. Got till May 1st to get it all done. And I put myself through like my own little academy. It's pretty nuts. I want to show you guys like my weekly schedule. It's pretty intense. Today was a tough day because I have a headache. So I'm like really pushing it. Let's go ahead. Let's do this. Boom. So first off, we have the motorcycle training system. This is where the academy is kind of built out when it comes to the Smart Rider crew. So guys, grab this. You get all the books. Like there's the digital version right there. You get all the books that I have. Go ahead and pull out the books. You get all the books, the rescue card. If you get the digital, or I'm sorry, the print version, the digital version comes with the digital versions of it. So let's get out of this real quick. So check it out. Links in the chat. If you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle and you want to do it the right way, that's what we're doing. I'm also building a lot of things out. But I got this right here. This is my schedule. I'm kind of blocking some things here, but you kind of get let's go ahead and do that. You get the gist of it. Waking up at 5:30 in the morning. That's been tough. Been doing it though. The secret to waking up that early is to go into bed relatively early. So I have my bedtime at 10 p.m., which only gives me 7.5 hours of sleep. So I might have to adjust that to like 9:30. It is what it is. How you doing, Hog Rider? Is Hog Rider is Hog Rider gonna be? I see it right there, Colin. Is Hog Rider gonna be the crew grandpa for us? I would love that. That'd be kind of cool. By the way, Hog Rider, I got in touch, or at least Elad got in touch with me. He said that you mentioned what we talked about last Wednesday and during the crew meetup. He's doing fine. Stressful for him and his family, but we got in touch real quick. I said a little prayer for him. But anyways, yeah, wake up, Bible reading. I got my workouts first thing in the morning. I walk to the post office Mondays and Thursdays when it comes to delivering packages. So it's a 3 mile walk for me to get to the post office. So boom, we got some walks. We got our live stream right here. That's what we're doing right now. And then we got the crew meetup right there. So this is I have a lot of free blocks. Now these free blocks are going to turn into like filming and a few other things. Free block doesn't mean free. Like I could do whatever I want. I usually fill it in with like working out and work itself. But yeah, this is kind of like what I have. This is my weekly academy schedule, basically. Let's go back to the office real quick. That's my weekly academy schedule, building it out, and I actually had it like build out like a workout program. I was an ISSA fitness trainer, peer fitness trainer for the fire department, so I know enough. But it's one of those things where it's like having somebody kind of direct an external. This is a fun thing. So I wonder, Hogred, I know you mentioned that you liked the After the Ride podcast back in like June of last year. I think I might do an After the Ride podcast because like what I'm talking at the beginning of these live streams, they're kind of like unstructured, but they're a lot of we do a lot of at the beginning at the end, a lot of like personal and like growth oriented things. And I think I need to really launch that After the Ride podcast again because the idea. So this is not structured. This is just kind of the idea, and I want you guys to chat in the chat. Okay, I want you guys to let me know how this does this make sense to you, and do you feel this? Because part of what I like to do is create systems and create things that helps not just me. Because I feel like if I help myself and I share that, there's people like you, which everyone here is in the chat, can relate and also like that. So the idea is I developed this AI voices. I have like a board of directors and a board of mentors and some specialists and everything, and like all their voices. So I'll ask a question. It's like, hey, help me develop some curriculum here. Help me develop like with all my knowledge. Like I input all my knowledge. It's like, please help me structure it because I talk too much, like I'm doing right now. Um, and it's like I feel like here's the thing. I feel like having an external structure and a schedule, the best way I can describe it is you literally have a boss. Like I guess I could share my story. The reason why I even developed this is that I functioned. Real quick, do I ship to Denmark the motorcycle? Not the print, not the print or the cones, but the digital is instant download worldwide. Instant download worldwide. So check it out. Matthias Rensen. Check it out. It's instant download worldwide. You get everything. And when I come up with new things, you'll get an email update saying, "Hey, here's the new thing." Um, so I functioned extremely well in the fire service. Let me know if you guys have been in public safety or the military. Think of it this way. I functioned extremely well in the fire service. I show up, shift starts at 8 a.m., ends the next day at 8 a.m. I show up at 7:15, 7:30. You always show up early, and you leave like at 8:15 the next day. It's like almost 25 hours, right? I functioned so well because the first thing I get in, I knew what I had to do. I had to get my gear, get a pass down from the firefighter before me, get my gear situated, do the daily check off sheets, and if it was a weekly day, like a Sunday or Saturday, depending on what the structure is at that department, we do our weekly checks, and then we do 2 hours of training every shift, so 20 hours a month of fire training. So and we just boom, here it is, boom, 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 and then the calls are the calls, but you trained for the calls, you worked out, you did all this stuff, and I go home. Perfect, like schedule for me. I function extremely well with that external structural schedule. This is what you got to do. We have it set up. You just follow. You're the human that follows the things laid out for you. And having a captain, kind of like a good captain. And there's some captains out there that are kind of a good captain's like, hey, we're gonna follow this stuff and we're gonna make it fun. Kind of a disciplined thing. So that's a great stone. I want to hold on to that. Um, so having that was really important, and then I realized I functioned even better. I got in the best shape of my life. There's a little bit of fear, a little bit of like I'm achieving things and like camaraderie and like even more so than the like in the fire house was the academies. So a little bit of history for me. We're gonna jump into some crashes and close calls. You guys know how this goes, right? We'll do that. What worked really well for me was the academies. So, a little history on me. I was like 18 and a half, 19, and I went through a college fire academy. So, colleges typically put those on and you get your certs, and then you can try to apply anywhere you want. NFPA and IFSTA, that's like the baseline standards. So, you get your firefighter 1 and 2 and all this other stuff, and you can pretty much apply anywhere in the United States. But I functioned really well in there. And then when I got hired at Yuma Fire Department, they put on their own academy. So I went through that, functioned really well. And then when I went to Northwest Fire District, they put on their own academy, functioned. It was really difficult, functioned as best as I possibly could. But I was in the best shape, best everything, boom. And it worked really well. And they're like, academies are transitional periods. So if you think about it, an academy, like you join up, you know nothing through the academy, you go through the crucible of it, and at the end of the day, at the end of it, you have your certifications, you have everything. So there's the transition, but the real starts when you get on the first day as a firefighter. So that to me is really helpful. And so you said discipline, stoned monkey. So I was talking to the AI stuff and I was like, hey, this is what it is. And what it really came out to was it wasn't a like I'm struggling right now. Not struggling. I don't want to put that, but I've been doing this full time for 8 years. In May, it'll be 8 years. May 2018 is when I left the fire service. And so I don't have that structure, but I have a lot of discipline. I'm still here 8 years later, right? A lot of discipline, show up every day, but there's like a scattering of focus. Okay? It's like I have all these crazy ideas. That's why I developed the system because it's like I'm putting all my crazy visionary focuses. Like I want people the smart writer principles. I want seeks and recognizes, maintains, acquires gear, rescues, and mentors, right? So it's like these like I can go 5 paths, but there's like 20 different branches on each path. And so I developed the system. It's like, hey, we're all just gonna have all of it. So in the motorcycle training system that I have right now, the 49.99 digital, and there's other stuff. That's everything in my mind kind of put into a condensed format. And that was the goal, right? So I have a lot of discipline to get it done, just not a lot of things to drive my focuses in, and I try really hard with the smart writer principles. And so it's kind of been for 8 years just white knuckling, just show up to work, show up like to this, right? Show up, create curriculum, build, 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 build. And I don't have I have the discipline. What I don't have is the environment. Does Claude get mad if you do things without uploading it or updating it? Not really. No. I put it in the system where they don't get mad at me. I put in my own core values and everything. Um, and so it's the environment, not the discipline. That's what I was when I was talking to the AI. I was like telling him I was doing a voice chat with it and all the different. Uh, like I have Jordan Peterson. I have like a pastor in there. I have C.S. Lewis in there, and a few other things. And Jocko Willink, the Navy SEAL guy. I have the guy that did 75 Hard. Anybody know 75 Hard? The programming and everything like that. So I have them all in there, right? And they it was cool because like it flipped it and said, hey, you don't have a discipline problem. You have an environment problem. You thrived in the environment of an academy. You thrived in the fire service. And right now you're running on discipline, and when discipline fails or motivation fails, you fail. And if you have the right environment to be in, you are gonna thrive. So let's create the environment. So I knew it already in the back of my head. That's why I've been talking about having an academy for the Smart Rider crew, and that's why I built the Smart Rider crew, is so we can have an environment to thrive in terms of becoming better riders, becoming better humans, right? And so it's helping me develop my own environment. And it's really nice because I've been having to create my own schedule like the day of. And so we've developed in the AI thing and a few things, and it makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys, but on Sundays, I schedule out the week and I stick to it. There's no more. I wake up. It's like, what do I need to do today? It's Sunday after church. We created the next week, and now it's like just look at the schedule, do the schedule. Because I have my last academy scheduling stuff. It's at the office. I still have the academy book, and the schedule is like I knew exactly for 14 weeks straight what was going to be done, and we stuck to that to the hour at the academy, and it was really nice. And I didn't have to think; I just followed. So what I'm creating right now is just a thing to follow, and that just really goes back to what I've been developing here with the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. Is I want to create something for new riders to follow, just to follow. And there's no thinking involved. If you have a question, you scan the QR code, you get the video of me doing it. If you still have more questions, you can join the crew. And we have a bunch of crew members like Hog Rider, Colin, everybody in here, right? That are part of the crew that assist everyone else. I can come in and assist and everything like that. And so that's what I've been building. So my question to you guys, and we're gonna jump into the classroom after this. The question, well, I'll answer some questions. I see some chat in here. The question to you guys: do you function better when you have a plan for the day? Do you function better when you have things scheduled and all you have to do, all you know you have to do, it's already planned and everything. All you have to do is show up. To me, that's I function really well with that. And I knew that. I have the discipline to if it's on the schedule, I show up. And you think about it in terms of like relationships, right? It's like your girlfriend or wife or whatever. It's like, hey, we have this thing with my friends. Like it's at 10:30 on Saturday, 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, and it's like that's what you got. It's very easy, right? And you even create schedules for your kids, or you create schedules for like, hey, we're going on a date at on Friday at 7 p.m. You know, it feels good, right? So I'm wondering. All right, I'm gonna read some of the chat, and then you guys can chat and answer that question, please, because I'd love to know. Yeah, right. Go to bed early, problem solved. You smart. And what when your mind starts churning away when you lie down and you can't make it? Shut the f up. So that's a great because that's a problem that I have. And what I realize is that when I don't accomplish a lot of to dos and like a lot of tasks that day, my mind races at night when I'm laying in bed. But when I feel like I've accomplished 80 to 90% or 100% of those to-dos, or I can go back, like when I'm laying in bed and I'm like, okay, I did this today, this today, this today. It's like, boom, boom, boom. I feel good. I deserve this rest. Okay, I have this to do, this to do, this to do. It's like, hey, stop, stop. It's planned out for tomorrow. That's tomorrow's problem. Tonight's problem. Right now, the next task, the next to do is to go to sleep, to be well rested so that tomorrow we can go right at it. I'm not the best at that, but that's what's helped me. I did a great 3-hour ride Sunday, and on Monday it snowed. Oh, jeez. I'm glad you had a great ride. I've been working on my sleep hygiene for about 5 months or more, trying to improve. And it takes a while. It takes a while. One thing that's helped me was like making sure I don't eat close to bed. Like I have to eat a couple hours before I go to bed, and then drinking some water. Not a ton before bed, because then you wake up and have to go pee. That was me last night. Little Dan on my shoulder saved me a couple. Awesome. Hopefully, like I mean, on 3-hour ride, hopefully I only popped in a few times, right? Because you're doing it yourself, right? Do you have any email that we can send recommendations, videos, or other information? So JPN Boy 11, I made it to where it was simpler for me when it comes to like reviews and like any help or any information. Is the Smart Rider crew. So we have the Smart Rider crew. Let me go ahead and pull it up. It's $5 a month. That's just mainly because I can't get to everybody. I get emails all over the place. I get DMs. I can't keep track. And one of the things is it pulls my attention away from work when I have to keep scanning my DMs and stuff for reviews. So it's very easy just in one place. He needs to offer a challenge coin so we can all carry him with. I do have one. I do have one, but I want to make a new one. If you want to get this one, like once these are gone, they're gone. It says Smart DDFM Crew on it, not Smart Rider Crew. Well, it says DDFM Crew Smart Rider on it, but it's a Dan the Fireman coin. I do want to make new ones. I know exactly where to go to make new ones. I'll go to the same place as this because these are great, but it's a big investment to make a ton of them. Did 10 years as wildland fire medic and never felt like work, but I love the structure. Exactly, Stephen Conway. The structure helps out a lot. Carry a 1 ounce silver coin with me for luck. Awesome. Um, have been out riding on Sunday and it was almost fun. On Saturday, I couldn't be arsed. My new car arrived at the dealer. Oh, what kind of car you got? Colin, I see that right there. You got a Renault 5. Okay, boom, answered my question. Quick aside, but I do fire sprinklers. Didn't think about connection through NFPA between my job and firefighters. Yeah, sprinklers. I mean, they've helped out quite a bit when it comes to fire prevention, and it does make it to where firefighters don't get to run a lot of fires, like big fires. We'll have to like go there and plug it and turn off the FDC and all this other stuff, but it does save a lot of lives. So fire sprinklers are amazing. If I ever do a custom home for myself, I want to have fire sprinklers in it. Let's see. Brand new Mitsubishi. Nice, nice, nice. Does Claude get known? Does Claude does not get mad? Morale and discipline are two top drivers. Yes, 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 yes. Um, I don't think most have the grit for self employment. It kind of came out of a need. Like I left the fire service and I had nothing. I need to do this. Like this was already kind of taken off when I was leaving, but it's like I think this is something. So I don't know where I got the drive for it. It was weird to even call myself an entrepreneur or business owner. It's like I show up to work. Like I have such a passion. It's called a vocation when it comes to like that word is more important than like passion. Um so the vocation of I've always wanted to save lives. I've always wanted to help others, and I get energized when somebody learns something from me. It's a weird thing. I obviously have to make money to continue doing it, um, unless I get like a real job um, or something. But then it would be a hobby, and I wouldn't be able to dedicate this much time, which is crazy because there's so much time involved to like make everything I'm making. We're saying makes sense a lot. We're just saying makes a lot of sense. I don't mind putting in the work, but when I don't know exactly what to do, I tend to flounder around. Exact same here, Jin. Same here. Dyslexic, same here. You're anally over organized, and that's another thing is like analysis paralysis. It's another way of procrastinating. Is just I got to plan better. I got to plan better. So one of the things that helped me out quite a bit was it's a business term, the minimum viable product. If it's good enough, ship it, improve on it later. As long as it gets out, because then you get feedback, you get everything like that. So like a minimum viable day. So I started taking it and transferring it. I talked about that last stream where we're switching domains. Like if you can learn something in this domain, you can switch it into this domain. So like a minimum viable day. It's like as long as I hit these tasks, we're good. If I do more, even better. But as long as I hit these tasks, we're good. And I make them as easy as possible to get some wins. Having structure is helpful, but with flexibility, yeah. And that's why I have like those free blocks in there. But I do have like non-negotiables. My non-negotiables are basically from the moment I wake up till 9 a.m. And then after that, it's like, and then like today's live stream and tomorrow, they're non-negotiables. So 11 a.m. till like 2 p.m. Live streaming on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I have to mentally prepare, so I like same here, Epos, same here. I'm going through the chat, guys. I love this. Oh, that's a very dynamic circumstance to me. It depends on the day, and that's another thing is I try to keep it flexible, but I do have things I need to get done, and so how I do that is like I have goals, and so what are the daily tasks I need to do to hit a goal at a specific date, and that's considered a smart goal, which is weird to say it's smart. So SMART goal, specific goal, measurable, You know when you got it complete, right? Achievable. Is it really achievable? It's like I'm gonna run a marathon in 2 weeks. It's like I don't run. So it's not really achievable, right? Can I run a marathon by November? Yeah. So that's achievable by November, right? So relevant, results based, the goal should matter to you and align with the broader long term objective. So like this is the smart goals. This is how this is ways to do it. And it matters to me to get the Smart Writer training system complete, all 4 modules, and time bound. When can I get it done? Well, we have a goal for the Smart Writer Cruise First Academy is in May 1st, starting May 1st. So there's the time. Is it achievable? Yes. Measurable? Yes. I'll know when I'll have it done if I get these 4 modules done. It's very specific. Is it relevant to me? Yes, it is. So like SMART goals are really good when it comes to everything that we're talking about here. So that's kind of how I do it. And I try to be flexible too. Yeah. Never thought of that. I do better with a schedule, working on dealing with things on the fly better too. Yeah. So when things pop up, I'm able to achieve them. Too hard headed and ego. Okay. Gives you security. You fear change. Okay. That's sometimes hard. We can sometimes fail on the setting of importance level for each task. Like when you want to do something, but it's late and you should rest and do it tomorrow when rested. Yeah, that's the thing is like it's kind of time. So it's like I know I needed to get this done today. Like I thought I was gonna get it done today, right? It's like man, it's gonna take 2 days, 3 days. I didn't think I was gonna do that. I thought I was gonna be able to do it today. It's like okay, what do I accomplish today? Now what is it that I need to accomplish tomorrow? And so time to get some sleep so I can be rested to accomplish that tomorrow type of a thing. That's how I try to like look at it. It's hard. I fail at that a lot. I've been watching your channel for the last couple months and still this day. I got my bike in January. Have been having a blast. Much love from Georgia, brother. Hey, Gavin. I'm glad you're here, man. Glad you've learned quite a bit and you're having fun on that bike. I love the coin I got from George. Yeah, I saw. I think was that the book that you sent. See you later, Mio be God. Hopefully you're doing fine. Have a safe ride. Yep. It's karma. Yeah. Sorry I haven't been here. Been taking care of the spouse who wrecked their bike. Oh no. Hopefully everything's fine. Software published often, published early. Yep. And you can always improve. Um, broke collarbone, some road rash. Rather than that, fine. Okay, collarbones are painful. Hopefully everything's fine there. Hopefully it's not a crazy break. Broke my knee plateau some weeks ago on a test ride route to my workplace. Classic dip, fall on the incline, first fall on the bike, and a broken bone. Oh, that's some bad luck. Chase said, "Thank you for the kind words and awesome. Hey, yeah. How did so that was that? Did he take the MSF that week, like this weekend that we just had? I forgot exactly when the date was, but I remember it was like a weekend thing or the MSF thing, right? Have you ever seen Be the Boss Your Motorcycle and how he teaches slow speed maneuvers? Would you ever incorporate them in your teachings videos to be more well rounded for us beginners? I have seen him and I follow him. I haven't seen how he does it. Is there a video? Maybe we can do a quick little thing. I don't think he's the type of guy that will be like, "Hey, I'm gonna copyright claim you because you're watching my stuff on your live stream." But I've been following. I mean, him and Moto Jitsu do like in person trainings and stuff, and I think that's amazing. I think it really helps out quite a bit with a lot of people. My thing, I wanna kind of point out. Let's go do here. So this is Be the Boss. I've been following him. He was a motor cop. He retired and he started doing this full time, right? I've been following him for a long time. Why is it not subscribed? Did, does anybody else have problem with YouTube unsubscribing you? I've been subscribed to him for a long time. Cause I have him on my phone. I have him on Instagram. Be the boss. Yeah, I'm following him on Instagram. Let's get that. Let's fix that. Yeah, randomly unsubscribes. What's up with that? Hey, it's Missy. How you doing? How you doing? Um, so is there like is there like a video that he is there a video that you liked and that you're kind of like thinking that, hey, well, let's just watch his well, let's not I don't want to do a was that a 10-minute that's not a 10-minute short, it's just vertical filmed. Um, is there something why is she doing push-ups? Let's just take a look at this one. Let's take a look and because your question before we jump into that, your question was how he teaches slow speed maneuvers. Would you ever incorporate them in your teachings videos to be more well-rounded? So, like, I teach basically a couple fundamentals when it comes to slow speed maneuvers. It's like, and it's skill based. You need to have certain skills to then do pretty much any slow speed maneuvers. So it's friction zone control, throttle control, handlebar movement. So you're going to have to be able to do direct steering pretty well. Head and eye movement. You're going to have to move that head to where you want to go, turning left. So left hand, right hand, controlling the clutch and the throttle, head going towards you want to go, and then handlebars going where you want to go. And then it's a balance of weight. I don't want to call it counterbalance all the time. It's your balancing, and there's ways to do it, counterbalancing or leaning into it. Always be doing push-ups, of course. I wonder what, yeah. So like that's really kind of what it is. And there's also some tips that you can do. You could stay more upright with the balance and using rear brake. But really, at the end of the day, those are the things that you do. So I wonder how he teaches it. Hey, he's got some sponsors. That's awesome.
Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded.
That's great. So that right there, I want to point out. So real quick, since you watch him more, JPN boy, I know his whole thing is preload and keep it loaded. Can you let me know what he means by that? I forgot what he meant by that because I've been watching him since he started. He was like, how many subscribers does he have? 178,000. Amazing. I think I started following him around 5,000. So what does he mean by preload and keep it loaded? Is he talking about, like, what is he talking about? But I want to point out this while you guys answer the question. This right here. Well, let's get the pen out. Let's get the pen out. This is impressive. I'm going to tell you why. It was a big bike, right? Clutch and brake. Okay, so keeping it loaded in terms of the clutch and the brake. Because everyone has their own thing. Like me, I could say, hey, rescue, right? It's like, well, what does rescue mean? Plan. What does plan mean? And so then you explain it. So that's his one of his catchphrases. Increase the throttle, so keep the revs above. That's yes. So that's part of the throttle control, friction and throttle control. So when you have the friction zone, like no throttle, right? Let's remove our right hand. I know it's backwards on here. Left hand. This is the clutch, right? So you can be in friction zone, but the moment you start turning, engine RPMs drop because it's not going a straight line. You're not getting enough power because you need to have some power to turn. So if you're just in friction zone without throttle, the engine will start to die out and you'll start to lose balance because with the RPMs, the way the tires move, you want the tires to keep moving at the same speed to keep balance. So when he's saying preload it, giving it some throttle, he's not saying let go of the clutch and give it throttle. He's saying keep it in the friction zone, give it throttle so the engine RPMs and the tires keep rotating the same speed, even though you are turning or going straight, in a parking lot, slow speed maneuver. And so that's what he means by that. So when I say friction zone and throttle control, he has a great term in calling it preloaded. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Because like right now, like I give it like a little friction zone and tiny bit of throttle going straight, but I might have to pull in a little bit of clutch and give a little bit more throttle on the little tiny turns, and then have to do this constantly. And I have my fingers like this for a reason, so it's easier to see. So I'm constantly having to do this. Right? So I'm constantly having to do that. So this right here, This is 9 feet. Oh, that's a big line. What happened there? So that's 9 feet, 9 feet. So this is an 18 feet. That's terrible. Um, that's 18 feet. That's a thick line, right? That's impressive on a big bike like that. It's pretty. It can be difficult even on a smaller CC bike, like a 500cc. Like my bike, it's the Honda Rebel 500. I got that specifically because it's a beginner bike. I want to show you guys what you can do on a beginner bike. Um, but that's really impressive. That's really good. But I want to point out, you see his head movement? See where his head is? It's looking like that. Handlebars turned and it's towards that. You see how his body, the line is straight up, even though the bike is at an angle. It's hard to put the bike. The easiest way when it comes to the bike angle is seeing the front end. So you see how the bike is leaned down towards here and his body is straight. That's counterbalance. That's counterbalance. So he's got the handlebar movement. He's looking where he wants to go. He's got the counterbalance going. And then I'm pretty sure, I mean, you can't see it here, is that he's controlling multiple different things. The friction zone and throttle control. So he's doing all those things really well. Even with the passenger, yep. But perfect. So I wish I could, there's no way to zoom in on the video, but you see his fingers on the clutch. He's looking over here, right? Or more towards like where I'm at. Handlebars are turned that way, so everything's turned that way, and he's sitting more straight up. So that's the basics of slow speed maneuvers. That's the basics of slow speed maneuvers. Very good. So this is a figure eight. Well, it's a course for the figure eight. So there's a straight line weave.
Head and eye. Good, good, good.
Head and eyes, good coaching cues. So he's probably told everything I just said, like, hey, look through the turn, move your head, not just your eyes, but look through the turn with your eyes even further. And so he's probably explained that to everybody before this, and he's reminding everybody as a coach, like, hey, head and eyes, head and eyes. Like, oh yeah, I remember head and eyes. You have to keep looking. He wants you to think. He wants you to think. I love that. And it's the same thing right here. So what he was talking about, head and eyes, and we do this in the after action reviews. Head and eyes are as far as you possibly can go. You know, really based on this frame still, it's like that's as far as you can go, but you know it continues. So you're looking here, and then when you keep going further, let's do this. Now you look here, and then you can scan back and forth. See if there's any road debris inside in the middle. And then now you look here, and you can look here, and you go boom, 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 while it keeps opening up the view. The steps are number 1, pull and clutch, cover rear brake, preload throttle with above idle, perfect. Then releasing the clutch into stage 2 to 1 and use rear brake to maintain speed. Yeah, so I like to use the clutch to regulate my speed. Because remember, if you pull in the clutch all the way, it removes power, so it slows you down. I mean, you're like you're still cruising, just no power, right? So I like to use the clutch and the throttle. I do cover the rear brake. So what he likes, there's multiple different ways of doing it, and he's coming from his experience. And so you're saying rear brake to maintain speed. So he's getting that out there, and he's using the throttle, but then using the rear brake as literally a braking thing, where it's like it's slowing him down. So he presses it, it slows him down, and he releases it, and he has more speed. That works too. That's another tip.
We're not squeezing that front brake while we're doing a slow speed maneuver. If you squeeze that front brake, 10 push-ups, okay?
Oh, I love that. I love that. So here's the crazy thing. Here's the thing. I want to point out something. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Tell me, are these guys using the front brake or rear brake?
Required.
It's Moto Gymkhana, right? It's Moto Gymkhana. So, two different styles: slow speed parking lot stuff or fast speed parking lot stuff, right? So Be the Boss and what I teach is slow speed parking lot control, because in a normal environment, you're not trying to race through a parking lot to get to your parking space. You're not trying to race through things. The goal is we're doing slow speed maneuvers to get ourselves safely, because if we're rushing through things, we're going to possibly get hit by traffic. So Moto Gymkhana it's a closed course, no traffic whatsoever. We know what it is, so speed can be utilized. It's kind of like racing on a track versus racing in the mountains, and we're going to see that during these crashes and close calls. Is racing in the mountains, you have traffic, road debris, a bunch of other variables. On a track, when you're racing, the only variable is making the turn, right? Maybe other riders, if unless you're doing a solo track day type thing because you're with a coach. So that's Moto Gymkhana is the parking lot version of track days. Slow speed maneuvers that Be the Boss and that I teach and Moto Jitsu and everyone teaches is slow speed competence in the parking lot can be translated to competence out on the road. There's certain things that don't really go back and forth, but for the most part, I would say 80 to 90% of the skills you learn in a parking lot can be translated to the road. And so, two different ways of doing things. I like that he's doing this because he's saying don't do this because we're focused on this specific goal. But if your goal is to be the best, like to be amazing at parking lot exercises, front brake is not a problem. You see that? Look at his finger. He's barely using a little bit. Front brake is not a problem. It's only a problem if you're doing super slow speed maneuvers with direct steering. You notice there's barely any direct steering compared to, let's do this. Let's make sure I have a better system here. So look at that. See the direct steering? So front brake will cause you to fall in when you're doing that much direct steering. When you're doing, good. Do this. When you're not doing a ton of direct steering, front brake is fine because you're keeping the tire in line. Look at the tire pressure too, by the way. Look how low that is. So when he's doing that, look at barely any front brake or no front brake. He's just covering it. He's covering it like Be the Boss tells you to cover the rear brake. Front brake is fine. Rear brake is fine. It's just what tool are you going to use for that situation?
The classes are not divided by engine displacement or category.
You notice the difference here between this and that view? Look at his body. Look at his body. Look at his body or her body. Counterweight, leaned in. Counterweight, leaned in. Why? Two different methods for two different scenarios, two different things. Now, which one do you want to be? Do you want to have the slow speed maneuvers to do it like slow in a tight little spot? Or do you want to be getting from point A to point B as quick as possible and still be doing like a slow speed maneuver? Yeah, just a tiny bit compared to that. Tiny bit.
categories of bikes.
Look at that. I'm not saying like, I am absolutely not saying be the boss of your motorcycle is doing it wrong. That is not what I'm saying. It's exactly two different speeds, two different scenarios. Remember what I said? This right here, Moto Gymkhana, is like the track day. So fast speed parking lot, fast, right? Fast speed parking lot, fast speed track. But you can do this in Moto Gymkhana because there's no traffic. You can do this in Moto Gymkhana because there's a set course. Same day with track, right? Set course, no traffic. Be the boss, and a lot of people on YouTube, we're trying to reach out to the majority of people that ride motorcycles because the majority of motorcycle riders don't do track days or Moto Gymkhana. We teach you with traffic. So this, with Be the Boss, Moto Jitsu, myself, and a bunch of others, Moto Control, and a few other people, they're teaching, hey, slow speed maneuvers that will keep you upright. Same thing when it comes to riding on the road with traffic. So this is very good when there's traffic in a parking lot. This is good and translates to traffic on the road. What I want to point out, though, the reason why I'm saying this is front brake is not a problem. Rear brake is not a problem. Counterweighting is not a problem. Direct steering and counter steering is not a problem. It's a tool that you need to use when it's time to use it. You don't use a screwdriver to hammer a nail in. You guys are pretty crazy and boneheaded. I'm pretty sure you've tried it, and I've done it a few times in drywall. But it's the right tool for the right situation. And so what he's teaching is a very specific tool for a very specific situation. And Moto Gymkhana is teaching a very specific tool for a very specific situation. What I like to do is make sure that I have all the tools. So what I was trying to do at the Smart Rider Games was trying to get something along the lines of this with Moto Gymkhana feel. And then now I'm transitioning the Smart Rider drills to more of something like this. I'm just giving you the methods inside my head. I want to hear what he has to say. So be the boss if you see this and it somehow pops up on your YouTube and says, hey, there's a copyright. So those of you that don't know, there's a copyright thing on the back end in YouTube Studio, copyright or content detection, removal requests. I've had a few people I needed to get it removed. So be the boss. If you see me pop up, I'm not talking crap. I love what you're doing. So don't copyright claim me. And if you want to, let me know beforehand before I get a strike. All right, here we go.
And if you don't know what that method is, check out that video. I put it in one of my videos. I think it's in
I love his setup.
where these guys are going around that turn. And there's a guy that sets up his camera.
Oh, like right here. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep doing this. Sorry.
Going around that turn.
So he's trying to do the Moto Gymkhana thing on a decreasing radius uphill with not enough what Be the Boss says preload. So I bet you his engine RPMs dropped because he's in the middle of a turn. He didn't preload it, and it instantly. I don't think it stalled, but it slowed down just enough to where he fell in.
And
yep. So he's teaching to road specific stuff. So what he's saying right here is very important.
There's a guy that sets up his camera because almost everybody that makes this turn drops the bike just because it's on an incline.
Is there commercials? Are you guys getting commercials? Oh, I had that turned off. No. I had it. I want you guys to see this. I had this turned off. I put it on manual and I never hit play an ad. Sorry about that. I'm not doing Restream right now. Usually when I do Restream, that's the setting. So I'll stream on Twitch and everything. I'm streaming just on YouTube today. Sorry about that. All right. You guys ready?
every single motorcycle rider there, when they got to the apex of that turn,
Premium is worth
you see
it.
their bike go, and then the bikes just fall over, right?
Yeah.
So again, the front brake is not a huge deal.
So some of these, I don't think they're front brake issues. You see, I want to point out real quick. Let's go back just a little bit. Watch the front end dive on that motorcycle. So watch the front end dive on this motorcycle right here.
Again, the front brake is not a
I don't think that was a front brake. I think he stalled. But it could be. That's what it looks like when you do a front brake too.
huge deal, because let's suppose I squeeze the front brake and my bike goes like this and it starts falling. As soon as I feel it starting to fall, what should I do? Open the clutch, right? Preload to yes, open the clutch. Because again,
So what he's saying is that if you have it in the friction zone and you start to like fall over or stall, when you release it, it gives it the full power to the rear tire. Therefore, you have the full power to continue moving forward. And if that doesn't work still, then you give it some throttle too. I love that.
efficient power is what keeps it up. So that's what I mean when I say it really doesn't matter what's going on with the bike. If you feel it falling, it just means
He's a great
the bike
coach.
doesn't have enough power to keep it up. We good?
If you guys don't know who this guy is, we're gonna watch some of this. I'm just gonna share the video. You guys go subscribe to him. Tell him I said hi. That's the video that we're watching.
Right. And speaking of that, we
in the
watched
chat.
Mike ride in here. He's a content creator as well. He's got a YouTube channel, Riding and Wrenching. Check it out. So be cool.
Riding and wrenching. Interesting. DIY maintenance, product reviews, installs, and riding. I didn't. If you guys, yeah, there you go.
He's a content creator. He knew to shut his bike off like right here, but he made sure he gave himself enough speed to make it around here and come to this stop. So my point is, you're still gonna have a little momentum out here. Momentum is always involved, but when we start going slower, depending on
I
what
wonder where he gets the parking lot.
the least amount of momentum you have, the better, because I want you to rely on power, not the bike. When the bike has momentum, it doesn't need you at that point, right? But there's a place for it and there's a not. So there's going to be times where you're going to think you're going very slow, and I'm going to tell you you're going too fast. And you're going to say, what the hell is he talking about? Yeah, you're going too fast. I want you to feel that bike falling. So what we're doing out here today, guys, this is not about you feeling good. I'm not saying I don't want you to feel good,
Love it.
but I need you in discomfort.
Beautiful parking lot. Hog Rider. You can't find a parking lot up there like this.
I need you to wallow in it and accept it, and then understand what to do when you feel it, and it's going to start dissipating over and over. Everybody who here loves making you
So here's the thing: is like a lot of people will make fun of this lady right here.
I need you to wallow in it and accept it, and then
You'll see everyone on the internet be like, she shouldn't be riding that big bike and all this other stuff. It's like, guys, she's a learner. She's learning. She can pick whatever bike she wants. She's learning a new skill right now. She wrote it there probably. She knows how to ride, but she's learning a new skill. And so when it comes to a person learning a new skill, whether it's golf, whether it's learning how to type, learning how to tie a shoe, like if this was a little kid learning how to tie a shoe and they're fumbling, are you going to scream and make fun of that kid? No. Whenever somebody's learning something new, they are learning something new. They are not going to be good at it. And so whenever I see like somebody learning something, I am excited for it. You don't make fun of the fat person going to the gym. You don't. You encourage. You're excited. Whenever I go to the gym and I see somebody that's overweight, it looks like they just barely started, whatever, maybe they're barely benching the bar, I say something nice to them. It's like, I'm glad you're here. Like, I see this all the time, and I love this because when you see somebody doing this, and then you at the beginning, but then after like an hour, they're smooth. That's a wonderful feeling as a coach because your knowledge has been passed on, and it's a wonderful feeling for the student because they have learned a better skill. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
understand what to do when you feel it, and it's going to start dissipating over and over. Everybody who here loves making U-turns.
So
Yeah.
3.
Exactly.
So he did it with almost 3, almost 2. I mean, so that's probably about a 20-foot U-turn. That's really good.
The usual players. Every time I come out here for a private lesson and I ask the person, what do you need?
Easy,
help with?
under
Anything
18 feet.
Specific or just in general? 99% of them say, Rob, just help me with U-turns. And
That right there, that I love that he posted this, and he did it at a dead end. You see the gate, so there's no cross traffic. He's doing it in a safe way because he had to set up the tripod right there, right? I want to point out real quick, this right here, probably about right here, then right in the middle. This is that lane going that way. This is this lane going this way. So if you want to do a U-turn in the middle of the road, because you might have to, you need to be able to do it within like 20 something feet, or you do this. Wait, let's do this. Or it's like you're doing a U-turn. Oh, came to the end. Now I got to back it up, 3-point turn it, and then I can now do this. What do you want to do? 3-point turn it, or do you want to be so smooth that you can do all of it?
and I asked the person.
So I love that he put that
"Do
in
you
there. It's a
need help
great
with
visual.
Anything specific or just in general? 99% of them say, Rob, just help me.
See, perfect.
And I get it. But the problem is, it's the first 4 exercises that they need.
And if you needed to, like, you don't have to do it here. I like this person. They're probably going to do it over there. Because look at the road. It's even bigger to be able to do it. So do it within your skill level. Don't feel like you need to do it like everyone else.
Again, we're dealing with that fear. As long as you still feel, oh crap.
See, if you have
don't
to,
wanna
you
turn
have
the
to.
bike. Of course, you don't want to lean the bike.
Oh, I love,
As long as you
even with the
understand-
passenger.
I can say this to you. This is where
Damn.
the frustration comes in too. You know exactly what to do.
That was very good.
You get on the
With a
bike,
stop and a
you know what to
passenger.
do. You open the clutch. You know what to do. But as soon as you feel that feeling, the hard drive gets wiped out. Right? So just keep that in mind. I don't want you to think that this is exclusive to you, how you're feeling. It's everybody. And like I said, it's just levels. If you have high levels of anxiety, this is going to take you longer. Right? But
So that right there, if you have high levels of anxiety, it will take you longer. Write in the chat if you know what he means. I'm going to say what I think he means. If you're in your head, you're not in your body. When we're riding motorcycles, your body needs to be able to control the motorcycle and your head needs to be able to control the planning. So the plan method, right? Your body controls the motorcycle, your head controls the plan. If your head is trying to control the motorcycle, you cannot think and observe if there's any traffic or any side of the vehicle or open lane pattern. You have to get to a point with your motorcycle when you are actually controlling it with the body. And so you need to know the friction zone, throttle control, head and eye movement, counterbalance, and handlebar turn, possibly covering the rear brake to do something. Your body has to know what it needs to do so that you can think about possible hazards. That's what I think it is. If you're afraid, you're going to act afraid. Exactly. I'm afraid, but don't want to be. If you're afraid but don't want to be, training and practice. Under the palm tree. So it's like, I relate it to firefighting. Right now, under the palm tree, if a house is fully engulfed in fire, are you afraid to go in? Probably. Now let's say that you went through a full fire academy and you have all the training, you understand how fire dynamics work, fire science, you understand how to use all the tools in your tool belt, like the hose, the tools, the gear that you have, and you know that it is manageable if you handle it a certain way with ventilation and with a team. Are you going to be scared going into that fire? Maybe just a tiny bit, but you know you have a lot more confidence. So training can get you into a position where you can handle these situations. So when it comes to I'm afraid and I don't want to be, that means more training. That is an indicator I need to do more training. That's it. And adrenaline, how do you control adrenaline? Yeah, breathing, box breathing really helps. Box breathing. What about overconfidence? That's more of a Dunning-Kruger effect thing where you think you know enough that nothing's not really a problem. When you start sitting there with like what I don't know, and not being complacent is extremely important. So if you're out riding on the road, same road every day that you come home from work, and you're like nothing ever happens, so I don't have to think because I'm confident that nothing's gonna happen. That's when you can get in danger. So staying focused and running the plan method through your head consistently, even if it's the same road that you've ridden 100 times, will keep you relatively safe because you can't plan for everything, but you're gonna be able to still see the things that you probably wouldn't have seen if you're just like, nothing's going to happen.
Baby steps, okay? Baby steps. I got 9 exercises out here and a bonus exercise. You don't have to do all 9 exercises. You do what you're ready to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, I'm always asking people to step outside of their comfort zones. Most of you are stepping outside of your comfort zone just by coming here, all right? So I give you credit for that.
It's a long outro. Well, 30 seconds. It is what it is. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
All types of bikes from 50cc
So this is Moto Gymkhana.
which deliver almost 300
Well, this is kind of like a track.
hour, running
That's pretty cool, a track Moto Gymkhana.
without any handicaps. The bikes that enter to
But you notice how,
are regulated to be road legal motorcycles. Tires also must
so you notice how like they're able to do parking lot drills at higher speed. Different skill, different everything. That was a straight line weave. Straight line weave that we saw the other guy do. Left-handed U-turn, a little bit wide because that's what it calls for. Wouldn't this be fun? So in order to be able to do that, you see how sharp of a turn? Look at that front hand. Look at the front brake. Look at the front brake. So utilizing a front brake in a Moto Gymkhana style is perfectly fine. Utilizing a front brake in the Smart Rider drills is perfectly fine. There's a way to do it. So this is part of the Smart Rider training system if you want to grab this too. It comes with a phone-friendly version. I designed a lot of it based off of this. So watch the front brake, but you also notice going around the cone. Remember when we were talking about the 18-foot parking lot, 2 parking lot spaces? So you don't have to do it slow to make it within 18 feet. Was that like 1 parking space? So there's direct steering, but tiny bit of body counterbalancing. But look at just right around the cone. That's under 2 parking spaces. Hey Tremoto, yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I'm not as skilled, and there's certain bikes that are designed like, or you pick a certain bike that's gonna be really good
according to the
on this.
percentage of the fastest time of the past competition.
The Honda Rebel 500 is
The
not.
fastest time in the overall entries at the set RC1 class and 115% RC2
Look at that.
class, and the behind a novice class.
So I wanted to point out that doing a U-turn at slow speed to get it within 2 parking spaces is doable. Doing a U-turn in 2 parking spaces fast is doable. So you don't have to do U-turns slow. You don't have to. It's recommended with traffic because everyone wants to see, like be able to see you. If you're going too fast, we talk about that. Speed is a factor in a lot of these crashes. I'm just saying you don't have to. Look at his front hand. Look at his front brake. You don't have to. So to get the same thing done, a U-turn in 2 parking spaces, you can do it fast or do it slow. Why not learn both skills? The outcome is still a U-turn. Why not learn both skills? That's what I want people to start thinking. Because when you start having this idea of, hey, do a slow speed U-turn, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do this, I never want you to do this, I never want you to do this. I always come from the perspective, why? Why? If this person over here can do it fast and using those skills that you just told me I cannot use, why can they use it and not have a problem? And it's a good coach will not, a bad coach will say, don't argue with me. A good coach will say 2 different skill sets, 2 different things, same outcome. It's up to you which one you want to learn. I teach this one. If you want to learn that one, I recommend taking a Moto Gymkhana class.
A class is the top of them. those who have ever made within 10th place in rider rankings.
I want to find the guy. I wish. I hope I can find it for you right now. Moto Gymkhana. I've been following. Oh, there he is. It disappeared on me. Moto Gym. Oh, don't tell me it just disappeared on me, dude. Come on. I just followed. Now, why is it showing me chicks with the bike TikTok stuff with chicks? It's just, it's all it is now. I'll hit play. Oh, I don't want to hit play because then it'd be like a real copyright problem. So he was a recent follow. Where are you? Artem. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go do this. We're gonna jump. We're gonna get into the crashes and close calls. We're having a fun time right now, though. So his name is Artem Davilov. We'll just do it. We'll just pick one. That's much sharper. That's much sharper of a U-turn in figure 8. So who's wrong and who's right? We're not done we're gonna get into the crashes. So who's wrong and who's right? When it comes to how to do U-turns better, right? Oh geez. Yeah, neither. See, I mean, like. So why are we crashing though? Because we're pushing the limits. Yeah, neither people are wrong. It's just like, who do you want to be?
A straight will never be so long that mid.
So who do you want to be? I teach the this right here comes in that package. So does this. So does this. And so does this. Okay, that's the digital version for $49.99. But we're going to go ahead while we're here. Yeah, so you can get the training system. That's the digital version. The print edition, all the stuff, and the digital. And then I have the one with the cones. But this is an instant download. Check it out. It's pinned at the top. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this. And we are magically inside the classroom with some pizzas. I need to change it out, though. I'm on Carnival right now. This pizza's looking good. Thank you, Spidey. Only thing is this is like learning a wheelie. A lot of people don't have throwaway bike, but yes, a program like MSF then with broader bikes can help. Yeah, and that's the thing. So when it comes to the Moto Gymkhana stuff, that's like, I like to treat it as I want to be an athlete with this machine. And then the slow speed stuff is I just want to ride the machine because I enjoy riding. Like, who do you want to be? It's simple as that. And so a lot of people don't do the Moto Gymkhana stuff because it's like, I don't plan on, like, I don't want to fix up, go competitions. It's like I like going for walks. like every day, or maybe I like to jog every now and then. And then there's people that are like, I want to do Spartan races and compete. So I'm training for something versus just enjoying something, and like there's no outcome that I want other than like something simple. Yeah, why not both? Why not both? That's how I like to do it. I like to do a little of both. Why not be a little bit of an athlete so that you're even better as somebody that just does it for fun? That's how I like to look at it. But we got some crashes and close calls. We have 2 new videos today. So this one, the second video today is from 4 days ago. The video that we're doing right now is from a day ago. And this video, 2 years ago. Can we get some tacos? Oh, that sounds good. Oh, that sounds good. I want some tacos. Trying to quit nicotine, or I quit nicotine. And I'm using like these little flow pouches, little mushroom pouches. Not trying to quit caffeine just yet. Quit alcohol for a while. But man, I've been wanting a beer. All right. So check it out. Links in the description for that. In fact, what I'm going to do before we even start, I'm going to give you guys a 10% discount. I'm going to change out the pinned comment for a 10% discount, so you guys can get a 10% discount. How about that? It will be the live stream discount. Only those that are doing the live stream. Okay, so we got that. Perfect. Let's go back here. Perfect. There's already a free shipping on the cone kit. Free shipping on the cone kit if you want to get that. But I'll give you guys a 10% discount. Use code. There it is. Let me get up to here. Let's do. Boom. Let's do this. Use code DanDan10 for 10% off. There it is. Use code DanDan10 for 10% off. There it is. So if you want to get the system 10% off, boom. Is coasting bad for your bike? Nope. Nope. Not coasting's not bad for your bike. It is not. Use code DanDan10 for 10% off in the store. Check it out. All right, we're going to hit the record button. We're going to start this first video. I'm going to spend some time. This is an 8.5 minute video. Usually they're 11. Let's see. 8.5. This is 11. I'm going to spend some time on the ones that that matter. So if we see something where plan method can be applied really well, rescue can be applied really well. If there's an open lane pattern inside of the vehicle, things that I want to point out. Let's say you're a brand new person, you coming into this live stream, or it's like the first time ever seeing one of my videos. This is the video for you. Second video, we're gonna try to power through. We'll pause every now and then. Last video, we're just gonna no stop. Okay, that's the way I think it works pretty well. So here we go, guys. Oh, headache is going away because of the caffeine. Very nice. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we have a MotoStars video. Before we jump into it, this is for those of you that don't know how to ride or have been riding and you want to learn how to do it right. We're going to be going over the plan method. This is going to be a longer video. So pay attention. I'm going to take you from zero confidence or very low confidence and kind of scared to hopefully having an idea of what to do just in case something bad happens or something like a close call happens. Hopefully nothing crazy happens in here, but oh, maybe not. We just got ran over by a truck.
So take a look and try.
So what can we do in this situation? What can we do in this situation? Let's go back just a little bit here. We are riding on a 3-lane, looks like a highway type thing. The whole point is to constantly be scanning your mirrors. You can see the truck right there in the right mirror over there. Okay, so scan your mirrors. You're looking forward, you're doing your ride. You want to make sure you stay focused. We're locating hazardous situations. We're trying to figure it out if there's any relevant threats. If there's an active one, we can only do 3 things: accelerate, turn, like a swerve, or emergency brake or brake. Okay, those are the 3 things we can do. So looking in your mirrors, you're like, oh, that guy's really close. What we can be doing is putting ourselves in a new position for safety, just getting off to the side, or even switching complete lanes. Okay, that's what we need to do. So the guy probably was in the far right lane, wants to come into this lane, didn't see us for whatever reason, didn't want to be stuck behind these people. He sees this lane and wants to get into this one, or maybe even wants to get into that one. That was his method. That was his idea. So it's our job throughout all of this to be looking at our mirrors just in case there's idiots doing stuff like that. Same thing if you're in your car.
Hey everyone, anything?
And that is considered an open lane pattern. We'll talk a little bit more about an open lane pattern. It's just hard to see because it came from behind. Now, part of being a smart rider is acquiring and using personal protective equipment just in case something bad happens that you had no control over. Hopefully we have full gear to mitigate injuries, okay? And grab yourself a Tremoto trauma kit. He's out in the chat here. We're doing this live on the live stream. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. We're going to be speeding at night, nighttime hazards. Okay, we have somebody that crashed. Exactly what I was talking about with the Tremoto kit, having a trauma kit, being able to rescue somebody, remain calm, ensure own safety, stop major bleeds, and quickly assess. That is a card that we have in the motorcycle training system that I have, where you get all the books, everything that I'm teaching, take you from nothing to a confident rider. All right, so going through a corner, chevrons indicate sharp left turn. Going pretty fast. I don't know about the music, so we're going to go ahead and mute that. Oh, lost a little traction. We're going up and over. Full gear, full leathers. That is good because it's going to hopefully mitigate. We have armor impact in the hips, knees, back, elbow, shoulders. Hopefully that's going to help mitigate some of that stuff. Same thing with the legs. Okay, his ankle looks a little twisted, but he's walking on it. Very good. Okay, let's see. Do we have music still? No, let's go back just a little bit. Let's go ahead and go over this. We're going to try to go over as many as we possibly can. So if you're a brand new rider and you're kind of concerned of what I should be doing in the corners. Okay, part of plan, it works for in city, in corners, on highway, all that stuff. This is a method of thinking. So position for safety, locating hazardous situations. Locating a hazardous situation, corners, intersections. Pretty much happens, a crash or a close call usually happens right there. Corners, intersections. Bring that back up. Any relevant threats or navigate active threats. An active threat or any relevant threats that might be popping up would be like gravel, road surface hazards, a car merging into our lane. We see the pattern of the side of the vehicle. We see an open lane pattern. All these things, hopefully we get to be able to talk about it today. But are you the active threat? It's not always external. Are you the active threat? Going too fast for your skill? Are you the active threat? If you are the active threat, you must put yourself back into a position for safety. If you're the active threat for going too fast, what should you do to put yourself in a position for safety? Everybody, write in the comments. What do you think? What do you think? We should probably slow it down to put ourselves back into a position for safety. This is the moment we should be slowing down. We should not be trying to slow down right here because we're already needing to turn. We should slow down beforehand. So right here, it's going to be a sharper turn, and look at all the gravel. Once again, we're locating hazardous situations, right? We're locating, hey, is this a relevant threat? There's gravel on the road. Well, the gravel's not in front of me. It's off to the side. It's not a big deal. But there's gravel in front of me, and it looks like snow, so it might even be snow. It might be ice. So if it's an active threat, what should we do? Avoid it. Swerve around it, or slow down enough to where it's an easy just adjustment into a new lane position. We hit some ice, though. And this is the problem that we have. So are we the problem? Think about that. Ask yourself, am I being the problem right now? Am I riding angry? Am I riding frustrated? Am I speeding because I'm not thinking? So do a safety checklist, okay? I have a video on that, okay? State of mind is the biggest thing when it comes to riding. You'd be surprised. It's not necessarily your skill. You're just having a good state of mind. And I say that because there's a lot of drivers out on the road that are absolutely terrible drivers, but they still make it home. Maybe because their state of mind is not like stressed out all the time. All right, so check in our Spotify playlist at a stoplight, not a big deal. Anybody gonna come up behind us? There's a GPS. I like having GPS on my phone. Oh, they're not supposed to go. Now we're kind of confused. He wants to get out of the intersection. It is what it is. Now, when it comes to, like I said, locating hazardous situations, let's go back to here. Let's do, okay, red lights, so that way you can see it. Locating hazardous situations, intersections, and corners are hazardous situations. Being able to have our state of mind and focus on what we're supposed to be doing is extremely important. So we're going from one focused task here, checking, making sure we have the good Spotify playlist, perfectly fine, right? The moment he sees it turns green, because he keeps looking up, looking down, look, oh, it's green, time to go. So he sees that it's green, time to go, has his GPS, perfect. I use Rockform for my phone mounts, link in the description for a discount there. But he's checking that instead of like checking for traffic. Green does not mean go right now. It means, green means, let me rephrase that. Green means let me rephrase that again. Green means we have the opportunity to go. We still need to check to make sure it's safe to go. So as soon as he sees that it's green, I'm going to go. No. It's green. That means it's our opportunity to go. Let's go ahead and double check and make sure everything's safe. So he instantly goes, doesn't see that the car is still going. Should they have gone? No, the car should have stopped or whatever. Should have not done that. It is what it is, but it's our responsibility to make sure that we're safe. So he starts going. Now he sees it. You see how the camera switched over? Because he has the camera on his chin. So it switched over. Now he sees it. We got distracted by our phone. It's okay to do the stuff on your phone. It's just that when it's time to actually pay attention, stop the phone, look, and then go. That's all it is. Oh, lane splitting. No. I don't think that's legal in this state.
It's a gamble. This rider found out
Are we
in that car
the active threat? Are we the active threat? Good swerve, good escape. Everything else was fine. He did one of the three things. He made a swerve, did fine. But we became the problem. One of our first times on the road, people are honking. Okay, I hate it when people do that. Come on, man. She's learning how to ride. Who cares? Going down a big hill slowly for the corner at the end. Okay, exactly. I brake so she has room not to have cars honking up her ass. Very good. We have dumb people like this in trucks getting pissed off, passing on a double yellow in a blind corner. Dumb of the truck to do this. What are we doing? Impatience, remember, state of mind can create hazardous situations. She's learning how to ride. She's slowing down on a downhill for a sharp turn. She's doing what she's doing. Perfectly fine. The guy in the truck, state of mind is terrible. He's defending his girlfriend or whoever he's with. It is what it is. You do what you want to do, but I want to make a point that state of mind is extremely important if you're going to be in a dangerous situation. He passed on a double yellow on a blind turn. Once if a car was coming around. Now we have a head-on. First time out on the road. And here's the thing. This is one of the first times out on the road. In my book, I take you to learn how to do everything in your neighborhood. I even have a video on how to do all this stuff in an apartment complex. But in this book, I teach you everything, all the controls, what minimum gear to have, up and down your street, riding in your neighborhood, practicing all your skills. And then finally on chapter 7, I take you from the neighborhood onto the road to get to a parking lot to then do more practice and practice your motorcycle operator skills test so you're ready to take it at the DMV. I don't want you learning everything out here on the road. Higher risk, you need more skill. So practice as much as you possibly can in the neighborhood before getting out on the road. And I take you step by step in that book. Link in the description, the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. I don't want you guys making mistakes or causing issues out here on the road, because now that guy could have done something. He could have sideswiped her because he's being a dumbass. Or she can panic and slam the front brake because she's scared. We don't want that. So I want you guys to practice in the neighborhood. And that's how I learned. So I'm taking you about how I learned into that. All right, here we go. We're going to be riding on the highway-ish. Okay, well, not really because it has stoplights and stuff. Great progressive braking. Great progressive braking. We talk about that, like I said, in the neighborhood in the book. So green light, good for us to go, right? It's an opportunity to go. So intersections are hazardous situations. There is a line of sight problem. That vehicle could not see us, which is kind of weird. Why are they turning out in front of a car, right? They could see the car. So you have to plan for idiots too, okay? So how do you plan for idiots? Look at him. He's reaching for that front brake. He perceived, he's about to react, he's about to do it, and he's going to have a really good total stopping distance because he's practiced that progressive braking. So very good. A little bit of a skid, but hey, it's a success, right? Was a dog driving? I thought I saw a dog. Yeah, there's a dog in the middle. I thought the dog was driving. I thought the dog was driving. I was like, what the heck? So good job. Scary. Imagine if he was going super fast. Slow speed maneuvers.
The worst possible ways to start a ride.
That's what the Smart Rider Drills is all about. Try not to fall on some leaves. Now, what do you think happened? What do you think happened? Remember we talked about that guy with the snow? And you have to look for road surface hazards. So a road surface hazard here would be the leaves. Now, leaves aren't really the problem in terms of just being a leaf. The leaf isn't the problem. It's the leaf being underneath the tire when we're trying to slow down and it slows down with us. We grab traction on the leaf and the leaf on the bottom didn't grab traction on the concrete, and so it slid. It's like putting sliders underneath furniture when you're on the carpet. So what does that tell you when it comes to motorcycle riding? Don't try to apply the brakes on the leaves. Now, here's what you can do. He's sitting here. If you're like, well, then how do I solve this problem? We're obviously at our spot right here. We're at a house. We're about to take off, right? Before getting on the bike, start kicking your leaves. Kick your leaves off. Not all of them. You don't have to do all of them. Like, let's say you just kicked off enough. Like, you kicked off all these. So now, you can do that. You have time. Plan ahead. And I do the same thing. This is going to be a big video. It's going to take a lot of, there's going to be a lot of tips involved. I do the same thing when I'm stopped at a stoplight and I have to make a left-handed turn or a right-handed turn, but I have to be stopped, right? So since I'm stopped, I'm taking that opportunity to look ahead and look into the road on that left-handed turn. Be like, hey, there's a bunch of gravel in my path of travel when it's time for me to go. So I know that's going to be there. I can't get out there and kick the rocks, but I know that I'm going to be able to go around it. I'm not just going to blindly go through my left-handed turn. Same thing for the right-handed turn. It's like, oh, there's a bunch of gravel. I have to be stopped here anyways. I know I'm going to have to go wide around that part. I'm planning. Take that opportunity. Don't daydream. Don't assume it's going to be fine.
This has to be one of the worst.
So he's going to apply some brakes because he has to going downhill. And he lost traction because of that. You have plenty of time. Kick some leaves out of the way. Great suggestion, Potshot Clowns. Go ahead and grab yourself a slice of pizza. If you're wondering what we're doing here, we're doing it live. He says, I would also suggest at a slow speed, use the rear brake instead of the front. Exactly. That is going to be more of an off-road thing. So if those of you that have been riding dirt bikes off-road, going down a hill, what do you use, front or rear brake? Use rear brake. Just gentle rear brake. Great suggestion. Grab yourself a slice of pizza. All right, so lane filtering. Okay, once it's green, it's time to go. Get out of there. Perfect. Okay, we're moving. Angry people, at this point, it's going to cause you to have an emotional reaction and be like, I need to defend myself. You called me, like you said, F you, man. I want to say F you back. Box breathe, regulate, get yourself back into the safety checklist. You're going to have to constantly rotate that too. It's like, what's my state of mind? I'm getting angry now. Calm state of mind. He does his own thing, whatever. I'm never going to see this guy ever again. Don't really care. My day's great. He probably is pissed off. He's rushing to get home because he has to take a big dump and he's not going to make it to the toilet. And he probably got a little bit inside of his Toyota Tacoma. It is what it is. He has a worse day than me. See, when you respond, it can create more problems. You're escalating it when you can de-escalate inside your mind. All right, here we go. Sprout 24/7. Open lane pattern back there. I see that. Anybody want to switch over to this lane? I wish we can see better on the open lane pattern stuff. So I'm going to point out here. Typically, we see it from the front end of the motorcycle. We're not going to be able to see it here, but this is a great opportunity still. This vehicle in the middle, there's 3 vehicles here. This vehicle in the middle does not want to be stuck behind this vehicle, so he's going to switch over, right? Because it's open lane. It's an open spot. You do that all the time when you're at the grocery store. You do it when you're driving. Hey, that's open. I don't want to be stuck behind here. I'm going to get in the next lane. Simple, right? What you don't see, because I'm blocking it, this vehicle is thinking the same thing, and there's a shadow right here. So that shadow indicates that there's a vehicle there. So that blue car is like, I don't want to be stuck behind this person. I'm going to switch lanes. Why did they not see the motorcycle rider? Why did they not see it? Right in the comments. Just kidding. It's right here. Inattentional blindness. When you're not looking for something, you don't see it. When you're not looking for road surface hazards, you don't see it. When you're not looking for patterns, you don't see it. You have unintentional blindness all the time too. Your brain can only handle so much stuff. So much stuff. When you want to buy a brand new Ford F-150 that's red, and you've been thinking about it, you've been researching it, it's in your mind, what tends to happen when you're out driving until you finally get that vehicle? You start to see red F-150s everywhere. That's weird. That is because your brain is focused on the thing that you're focused on. So the problem with car drivers, and I want you guys to understand this is going to help out with your state of mind. Car drivers aren't out to kill us. They're not. They don't see motorcycle riders because they are looking for cars because they are in a car. Not a lot of motorcycle riders out on the road. I want to say about 5% of roadway users are motorcycle riders, so car drivers tend to look for the other 95% because the other 95% is what's going to kill them. Or they don't want to get into a crash with the other 95%. They literally, their brain does not see motorcycle riders. That's why when people say, if you ride a motorcycle, you become a better driver and you're a great motorcycle rider. Because when you're a motorcycle rider driving a car, you tend to see other motorcycle riders because you know what a motorcycle rider looks like because you are one. That's the whole point. So the whole point behind all of this, though, is that we must focus and locate. We must focus when we're riding. We must focus when we're driving so we see every hazard. Like I said, inattentional blindness. I want you to be inattentionally blind to bullshit out on the road. I want you to be paying attention to the hazards. I only want you to pay attention to hazards, not bullshit. Your brain can only handle so much. So if your brain is handling bullshit on the road with like road rage, then you're not going to find the hazard. So give your brain a break and focus only on hazards and get home. Get to Chick-fil-A like you needed to. Get to where you needed to. Take a break every now and then because it's a lot of work with your brain. But I want you to focus only on the hazards. Because why are we driving? We're trying to get from point A to point B, but it's a dangerous thing. A lot of people die in car accidents compared to random things out anywhere else. Car accidents are huge. They kill, they maim. So it's a hazardous thing. Not everybody should be driving. I get it. I get it. Switched over. That's an open lane pattern. We try to see that when we're out riding. We're going to hopefully see a side of the vehicle pattern too. So in that situation, what can the motorcycle rider do? 3 things, like I said at the very beginning. We can emergency accelerate, emergency swerve, or emergency brake. In this situation, we can't swerve left, can't swerve right. We're kind of boxed in. If I emergency brake, maybe that car will get in front of me. But what I'm going to do is do a quick little blip of the throttle, get ourselves out. So only 3 things we can do. Make it simple, guys. Rev bombing doesn't solve anything. Honking the horn doesn't solve anything. Get yourself out of danger is what's going to be the thing that you do. And only 3 things we can do on a motorcycle. We can go, stop, and turn. So do it. Open lane pattern doesn't want to be stuck behind the white vehicle. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is a great open lane pattern video here, and we're going to spend some time on this. I'm going to take some time and do some timestamps. But right here, this vehicle does not want to be stuck behind this white vehicle. We can't see what's in front of her, so he switches over. At this point, I think this guy's just a really terrible driver. I don't think it's unintentional blindness. He has to have seen us by now. I think he's just a person that doesn't care. And like I said, my go-to thing is he has to go home as quick as possible because he's turtle heading. He's about to crap his pants. So please, I'd be like, oh, dude, you do it. I know how that feels. I do it every day. I'm just kidding. I don't do it every day, but I know how that feels. Get home, dude. Get home. I let him in. Go ahead, dude. Go. You're going to shit your pants. That's how I do it. That's how I feel. Sometimes. 95% of the time. So if they're going to switch over, what can we do? Roll off the throttle, apply the brakes, let them in. He's touching cloth. He's touching cloth. Exactly. So now we're in, yeah. Oh, side of the vehicle. Okay, nice little impact. All right. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Come on, man.
Yeah, a little pissed. And there's a nice little dent. Oh, geez. Let's go take a look at this. Okay. Typically, we see like the side of the vehicle like right here, right? Ready to pop out and then go. That's usually what we see. Hopefully, we'll see another version of that in this video. But if not, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We see it all the time during these weekly live streams at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I put out videos from the live stream on this channel. Anyways, this person is probably doing a U-turn. Probably had to do a backup because he like hit the curb almost. So he's doing a 3-point turn to get himself out of there. Simple as that. If we see the side of a vehicle in our lane or ready to come out of an intersection, that's going to make us be like, relevant threats. If they're in our lane, it's an active one. 3 things, remember? So don't speed up into it. Slow down. Now, what can we do here? We can swerve around. We can hopefully slow down and try to brake. We could, if there's there's traffic right there. That's why it's important to have an understanding of what's around you. Because if we try to swerve and then, well, let's do this. If we tried to swerve and then slow down in the parking lot, we might get hit by this vehicle in our mirror. So we can only slow down or swerve to the left. So there's the vehicles. How come they're able to slow down and stop back there? Don't tell me it's because they have 2 to 4 brakes. More than likely, the reason why we didn't show much more at the beginning of this is we were probably speeding. So are we the hazard before the real hazard pops up? And they were paying attention. They were locating hazardous situations. The only time I would ever do that is if my bike was damaged and I wanted insurance payout, which is considered insurance fraud. So don't do that.
Come on, bro. Bro, you were going too fast on that one, bro.
You were going too fast on that one. Now, I don't trust everybody on the accident scene. Never admit fault. Nice sweats. God, why do people dress like that? At least dress up. Like I'm online and I dress up for this. Come on, if you're gonna be out in public, dress. That's a beautiful bike. That sucks.
I got you, bro.
Nice little QR codes on his windscreen.
To note.
All right, here we go.
No shoulder check.
Nice little speed hump.
Time to react.
Okay, switching lanes. Open lane pattern. Perfect. Oh my gosh, we got an open lane pattern right here. You guys see it? Now he's gonna probably have some injuries to that right knee. Gosh, look at that open lane pattern. Hey, we're stuck behind this long line of people. Oh crap, there's an open lane to the left. Motorcycle rider's like, I'm gonna go for it. So did the car say that. Now we're stuck here. What can we do? Swerve more left as best we can, accelerate out, or apply the brakes as best as possible. I would probably swerve left and accelerate out and then apply the brakes afterwards because we have a stoplight coming up. But that's an open lane pattern. So before we even get to it, this is the pattern before it happens. So if you see this, be like, if I was that white car, I'd want to switch out real quick. But I also want to switch out real quick. I want to be there also. So what I would do and what I do in my van, because I have a sweet Chrysler Pacifica van, I love it. All the seats down. I can put a 4x plywood sheet in the back there. Anyways, It's great for the dogs. Either driving the van or the motorcycle, I creep into it. I don't gun it to go. I just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna get ready to go, and okay, now I'm over here, and I'm still going. Nobody wants to come out. Okay, I'm gonna go and pick up my speed to normal speed. I'm very cautious because I recognize that this happens quite a bit.
Time to react.
He guns it. You see the speed change? He's going 39 right there. 34. So he's accelerating. So I'd be concerned about his knee because his knee's what hit that front bumper. So make sure you wear gear. Oh, that is not good. Good job moving over, allowing that person to do its thing. You're not going to win that. So found a new position for safety off to the side. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, adrenaline's going to kick. That's a great thing, right? It wasn't great. He did great. Showcasing the adrenaline and the breathing problem. So you're going to have an adrenaline response. So I would stay pulled over right here, or as soon as possible, I find a safe spot to pull over, and I would do some box breathing. Okay, so I'd inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. Do that 2 or 3 times, and your adrenaline and everything will shoot down. Because you don't want to be riding. Oh, there goes his balls. So high risk, high skill. We're moving on.
Dash cams. Today we have
Now we're on a dash cam. Supposed to go in the first available lane, motorcyclist. He probably wants to switch over.
He was in a left turning lane, the far left. He decided to cut me off.
Okay. Well, I mean, that was like, that happens all the time. It's funny because we're seeing it from a car's point of view. And I bet you car drivers have their own dash cam channel, like Moto Stars that we use here or whatever. And they get pissed off at motorcycle riders. Like motorcycle riders get pissed off at car drivers, but car drivers have dash cams. Motorcycle riders have GoPros on the front of their face. So it's pretty interesting. So when it comes to the double turn, make sure, guys, you go into the lane you're supposed to go into. Okay, this guy did not. Now, why? It could be because they don't care. They think they own the road. Car stars. Yeah, they think they own the road. All that stuff. But guys, that's why I teach you in the books to have the skill set. To not do stupid stuff like this so that you can actually make the turn. Maybe this person's a new rider, needs this wide turn to make it. Then you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be on the road yet. You should be practicing this in the neighborhood. Okay, it's very important.
Going right in front of me in the far left turning lane. He was in a left turning lane, the far left. He decided to cut me off.
Yeah. All right, here we go. X-beak. Okay, we're going pretty fast in the lane splitting type of way. Somebody wants to switch over, open lane pattern right in front of us. Now you're starting to see a little bit of that, right? They want to be stuck behind the big semi. So now that you understand the patterns and you understand plan, you understand what you need to do, let's take a look at the rest of these. Oh, snap. What are we supposed to be doing here? Going to get his phone? I don't know. No, this isn't really a training exercise. I guess we don't have any more. But with that said, guys, I hope you ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you on the next live stream. 1 second, guys. This is Daniel. Oh, it said like a doctor's office. And it was my girlfriend calling. I guess she doesn't have any service. I had to like get out of that real quick. I missed the call and it called right back. So the whole point, like I answered that because I had a mole removed last week, and I got a call yesterday saying it was not cancerous, and so I was like, great. And then I was looking at that, and I was like, uh oh, maybe they got it wrong. It's like, so I was like, I gotta answer it, guys. Sorry, I ended that one pretty quick at the end, but thankfully we're at the end of that. I was like, damn. She's like, hey, just in case you're trying to get a hold of me, I don't have any service, right? Something's happening in Verizon. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, this is Daniel. And she's like, it's me. I'm like, I was like, there's a lady on the phone that's calling for me. I was like, who are you? Anyways, we're gonna jump into some new ones. I need to turn on the fan real quick. Let's see what I don't know if we can see the intro on this one. Ooh, let's see the first one first.
Hey everyone, today
Oh.
we are checking out some crazy situations where riders see just how quickly things can go around the road.
What do you think is gonna happen here, guys?
And ride safe.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Hello, hi, is that you? It's me. That's how the conversation went. I was like, what? I don't get random doctor's offices with chicks calling me saying, hi, it's me. It's weird. How long was it? I didn't get a chance to look at it. How long was that video? Let's take a look. How long was that recording? 30 minutes. Oh, not bad. Not bad. A 30-minute video. 29 minutes and 30 seconds. And I'll go ahead and put some timestamps in that one because there's a lot of good things in that one. There's a lot of good things in that one. Yeah. So this one, we're not going to pause as much. I paused pretty much every single time. So that was a 30-minute video. An 8-minute video turned into 30 minutes. This one should probably be about like 20, you know, because I'm not going to pause for every single one of them. It's weird. My headache went away because I had some caffeine. I know they put caffeine in aspirin, but I didn't think that was the case. Been drinking a lot of water. All right, guys. Those of you that are here, 90 of you, 91 of you, 98 of you, there's only 55 of you that hit the like button. Make sure you hit that like button because if you don't hit that like button, you don't get a slice of pizza. Okay, we get these pizzas from Costco and QT, and we do some specialty ones here and there for some of you guys. I'm on carnivore, like a keto diet right now, so I can't have any. So you guys get an extra one. If you hit the like button, you get a large pizza all to yourself, okay? Those of you that are crew members, the Smart Rider crew members, you guys get to hang out in the crew lounge. I wonder if do we still have the crew lounge? Let's take a look. We do have the crew lounge still. Interesting. Yeah, I need to make some adjustments to that. Yeah. I haven't used the crew lounge. A throwback, exactly, Elad. The audio is a little bad in there. And it got a little bad right there. I got to fix the audio in there. That's the old crew lounge. We might be bringing it back. So crew members, Smart Rider crew members, get access to the crew lounge. Now, how do you become a Smart Rider crew member? You join the crew. The Smart Rider crew. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Join the Smart Rider crew. Crew members get access to the crew lounge. Would love to have you there. Gotta go. See you later, Elad. Thank you for being here. ACAB. Yeah, we got a little arcade. Let's take a look at it again. I want to take a look at it. 1 second. Where is it at? Where is it at? There we go. Better audio. I used to have a headset. Now I used to do this. And I used to talk, but I had a mic. Be like, welcome to the crew. It's gonna be hard to see. Welcome to the crew, everybody. Go ahead and grab yourself a slice of pizza. Play some video games. We have our training. There you go. We have our training facility out there if you want to practice. But let's head back into the class. I used to do that back in the day. Oh yeah, did I have a proper beard there? Yeah, I did. I know. I used to have a microphone attached to me while I was talking instead of having this one. But that was back in the day. We used to. I'd like to show you guys behind the scenes. That was like 2020. That was like 6 years ago. 2021. Let's say 2021. 5 years ago. Throwback. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this one. How many of you have signed in? 73 of you guys. There's 92 of you. You guys aren't getting a slice of pizza. That's fine. It's up to you if you guys want one or not. It's up to you. All right, but we're going to jump into this one. What's the wall of milk, though? Because the idea back then was that everybody in these videos needed more milk. Because when they'd crash, they'd break their bones. So we'd provide as much milk as possible to the crew, just in case. That was the idea. You like that? I like it shorter, too. Trying to get in shape again. Don't worry, that kind of cramped up a little bit doing that. But I'm trying to get shape again. Drop some LBs. But we're gonna jump. Oh, we got a text message here? No. Safety team text message. Good Friday service. Okay. We don't need to jump into that one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we have a MotoStars video again. Let's take a look at some of these crashes and close calls. What do you think is going to happen here, everybody? It's pretty impressive, but the whole point is that if you're a brand new rider and you are freaked out about riding, well, don't ride in a group like this, but if you're freaked out about riding, I'm going to try to make you a little bit more comfortable, a little more confident. I'm going to explain what happens and how it happens in these crashes and close calls so that you have an understanding, and then make sure you guys practice, okay? So here we go. Oh, nice little swerve last second. One second. What did he put? Did he put something? I knew it. One frame. There's a couple frames that he put. All right, so let's get back to the actual educational stuff. So we're coming up here. We're on the highway. We're trying to keep up with our groups of friends. We're talking on Ricardo Pack Talk Edges. Link in the description if you want a Bluetooth system, a phone mount system. There you go. Sponsors, affiliates, whatever you want to call it. If you need that, check it out. It's what I use. But we're racing. We're having some fun. You know, it's like all of us like trying to race to our friend's house on BMX bikes in the neighborhood. It's like who can get there first. That's kind of the feeling I get when I see these types of things. But we're going crazy. We're doing this. We're not paying attention. We're catching up to this person real quick. He has to make a decision. Now, you have 3 things that you can do on a motorcycle to get yourself out of a dangerous situation. 4 things if you want to consider not going like fast like an idiot. But 3 things you can really do. We can turn, we can accelerate, or we can stop. So go, turn, or stop. Okay, that's all we can do. We can, honking the horn, all that other stuff, that's all gee whiz stuff. The things that get you moving and out of the places are those 3 things. So as soon as he sees this, first off, we shouldn't have been going fast. We are the active threat. We'll talk more about the plan method. But he decides to swerve. Very good. Found an escape path, got himself out of it, right? There's the swerve. Good job. Found the escape. I teach that before we even jump into the rest, because if you guys are wanting to learn how to ride, and this stuff is all great gee whiz, I do have a full, complete system with 3 books plus a rescue card. It's the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. Check it out. QR codes inside each book that will show you how to do it, because I'm demonstrating it for you, and it's going to help you out from nothing to actually being a good rider and practicing your motorcycle test. So let's take a look at this one though before we jump into anything else like that. All right, so nice fun hills. We have a sharp turn coming up ahead. He did not make it. We did not make it. Going too fast for the corners. So slow it down before the corners. Part of plan is locating hazardous situations, corners and intersections, hazardous situations, okay? That's going to be the big problem here. Okay, so slow it down before the corner, make the corner. Don't worry about keeping up with your friends. Ride your own ride. All right, so here we go. We're riding at night. Lower visibility problems, wet road surface hazard. Person wants to come out of there. Good job attempting to swerve out of the way. It was kind of last second slowed down, so it's a little weird. Speed wobbles. What happens here is that we're speeding way too fast, and we lost our exhaust, and the suspension starts doing this because it hits a bump. Okay, so try not to hit bumps for 1. 2, try not to go super duper fast and speed. Check your PSI on your tires too. So here we go. We're left turners, intersections, pretty scary. Move out of the way.
So lucky. The driver didn't take any responsibility for what happened.
Oh, why are we slowing down? Somebody else crashed? Somebody else crashed? Okay. We'll go over this one a little bit. Let's take a look. I feel like this is like... Oh, I'm going to explain why he's touching his pee-pee and why it's hurting a lot. And those of you that have been a part of the live stream and the channel long enough, you know exactly why he's holding his pee-pee. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to what happened here, guys. Let's take a quick look. This is going to be a major thing that happens a lot. When I say a lot of crashes. When there's 100 crashes, this is a lot of those types of crashes. Doesn't mean we're going to have a lot of crashes, okay? So right here, intersection, hazardous area. We need to look for relevant threats. If there's a person in the turn lane looking like this, they are a relevant threat. If they start moving into our lane, they are an active threat. We can only do 3 things: swerve, brake, accelerate. What I would be doing in this situation is swerving to the other lane because we have multiple lanes, more room. I'm not going to be able to stop in time because my total stopping distance isn't good enough. I'm not going to be able to actually stop in time. So stopping is not going to be good. Accelerating through, risky. I need to move out of the way. So swerve would be good here. So we swerved out of the way.
He managed to get through safety, but another rider behind him wasn't so lucky.
So now we start seeing, oh, the rider behind me is not so lucky. This is part of the system. If you get the digital, you get a digital version of this. If you get the print book, you actually get the printed version of this to keep it in your wallet. So you have this in case you're ever on a motorcycle accident or a car accident. You know what to do. Remain calm, ensure your own safety. So make sure we don't panic and dump the bike because we're panicking, right? We hit the front brake. Oh, crap. Also, ensure your own safety. Pull off to the side of the road so we're not in the roadway. Okay, wear some gloves. Make sure somebody calls 911. But stop major bleeds. And that's the rescue book right here, how to rescue somebody. I have a great little book right here that tells you everything what to do when it comes to that. Make sure you take a stop the bleed class too. There you go. And the backside of the card is the backside of the card with all the symptoms. Okay, now that we have that situated, what
happened?
do we do when we're coming up? We're going to do the assessment. So I'll explain just a tiny bit of the assessment here. So remain calm as best you can. Okay, it is what it is. Why is he holding his pee-pee? Okay, so what happens when we go head first into something, a wall, a curb, a car pulling left in front of us? Yeah, we're seeing it in the chat already. Our body slides up on the gas tank. Where we're sitting, the front part slides up on the gas tank, gets closer to the handlebars. What do you think it hits first? So everyone's writing in the chat, traumatic open book fracture. Do not Google that with safe search off and look at the pictures. Please do not. It's disgusting. Hopefully that's not the case here. I don't think it is, but it's pretty bad. You don't want to be a part of that situation. All right, here we go. Come up to a stop sign. Look both ways. We have a vehicle here. They're going to turn in too sharp on us. Ooh. See, not much we could do in that situation because we can't Flintstone. You see how he's Flintstoning it back? He's paddle walking it back. We don't have reverse to be like, oh crap. Okay, so not much we can do there. She should have been taking a wider turn. What is he gonna do? Give her his phone number?
It's okay. I'm okay. Hope you have a good day. It's okay. Have a good day. Be safe.
Was she trying to say you're in the middle? It's like, oh geez, what about this one? We're kind of, let's go back. If I was a car, that's my left tire on my car. You should be taking a wider turn, lady. So what can we do in this situation? Not much. Rev bombing's not going to be the biggest thing. You do at this point want to have some auditory. The horn maybe would work. If you can get an air horn on your bike, it'd be great because the bike horns are electric horns and they don't penetrate like the car's doors and windows and all that stuff really well. Air horns will. It's kind of weird. It's a frequency thing. I don't know too much. It's science. How do magnets work? So not much you can do here. He did a rev bomb to do it. She was not paying attention. Also, sun's in her face. So we can understand what happened here. It doesn't solve the problem that I'm about to get hit. So what do we have control over? Acquire and use personal protective equipment, right? I was trying to get on top of that. But being a smart rider is acquiring and using personal protective equipment just in case somebody hits us. We have something that will hopefully mitigate that.
I'm okay. Hey, be safe.
I like how he handled it. Hey, be safe, but now we have this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
I did. Yeah, we're just cruising, not paying attention. We're just enjoying vibing with music, not looking for the traffic up ahead of us. That's why part of planning our ride is it's a huge thing. Make sure we are in a good position. Okay, simple as that. We're in the lane, right? We're traveling. That's where we are. We want to know where we are. We want to position for safety. Now, what does that mean? We're going to go a quick plan method here. Position for safety. We need to be in a position that offers at least one escape route. I like 2. One escape route, good line of sight, and good space cushions. Space cushions, what those are, I'm going to bring that up here, is a buffer around you so you have space in front of you, side to side, hopefully behind us, okay? Line of sight, what is line of sight? It is an unobstructed line of vision, basically. I want to be able to see extremely far. And so if I have a good space cushion in front of me like this right here, I can see far, right? And I can see the car in front of the car, right? So that's a line of sight issue now, or a line of sight thing. Now, escape routes, I want to be able to swerve left or swerve right or accelerate forward or apply the brakes. So remember those 3 things we talked about. So I need at least one. If I have a good space cushion in front of me, I have enough total stopping distance for my speed, hopefully, that I can stop. Boom, that's an escape path. Can't swerve right here, can't swerve left here very well. Accelerating, here's the thing. I wouldn't accelerate, but if I needed to swerve, I wouldn't try to swerve like far right. I would try to go into this little gap in between. That's an escape. So there's that. That's position for safety. Locating hazard situations is actually paying attention. This looks hazardous. There's a lot of vehicles. I'm coming up to the vehicle quickly. Car's very far away. My hand's very far away. All of a sudden, my hand is close because we're close. See how it got bigger? That's what she said. So if the car is getting bigger, means you're getting closer. So if you're getting closer, maybe we should try to keep our space cushion. Simple, right? So that's a hazardous situation. Is it a relevant threat if I'm getting closer and I'm still speeding? Yes, it is. Is it an active threat at that point? Yes, it is. What should I do if it's an active threat? I need to put myself in a new position for safety. I need to apply the brakes. It's a method of thinking. The more you do it, the more you have that skill trained into you. It's instinctual. Okay? Fitzposner's model of learning. Okay? You have to practice before it becomes automatic. That's why we're here. We're practicing. Not focused, not paying attention. Why do you think he crashed? Here we go. Unfazed rider. Oh, which one's unfazed? The guy in the second or us because we didn't crash? Oh, we need a thumbnail. You guys know how this works. We need a thumbnail. I don't laugh at people, but that looks funny. Come on. Come on, guys. You know that looks funny. Now, how did this happen? How did this happen? Not that. We're coming up to here. We're going to make a nice little turn. More than likely, grab the front brake or some gravel on the road. Thankfully, nobody else crashed. Now we want to rescue. Oh, he's doing fine. Okay, cool. We don't have to rescue anymore. A little bit shoulder issues. A little bit pissed off. Perfect example. You see how small of a crash. I really want this. Please put this in your freaking head. I need you to understand. I need you to understand. The tiniest, slowest little teeny crash to the right side. Look what it did to the jacket. Look what it did to the jacket. Shoulder, elbow. And it rode up a little bit, so a little bit of probably on the bottom part. You see the discoloration? You see how? Yeah? Elbow, shoulder. Imagine if you're just wearing the jacket with nothing underneath it. So this would be your skin, not the jacket that he has underneath it. He's got a full thing of leathers. He's just trying to stay warm. He's got leathers underneath it. Pretend that's your skin. Now, do you have skin missing in those areas? Yeah? So motorcycle jackets have abrasion resistance, not hoodies. Stop riding around in hoodies. Have a real jacket. Have full gear. Here we go. Look at that. Impact. Impact. Where do we have motorcycle-specific armor on inner jackets? We have armor on our elbows and our shoulders. So when we hit the ground in these areas, it's going to hopefully absorb some of that impact so it doesn't transmit directly into your AC joint and your elbow. I should just say shoulder. Your shoulder or your elbow. A broken shoulder, broken elbow. Armor, maybe just a bruise, maybe just a bruise. That's the thing. It's not going to prevent pain. It's going to make it to where it's going to be less. And his hands went out too. You're right. So having gloves. Here we go.
Just a little reminder that
Beautiful road, guys. I love like this kind of stuff where it's like nobody's gonna be on my sides. We're on an on-ramp. Oh, you gotta pay attention. Woo! You gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention. Moment of just not paying attention. Of course, we're doing the right thing. We're doing a head check, right? But we don't realize before we did the head check.
Inattention can lead to some pretty big trouble.
Look at the road. This is the moment we did this. Look what the road's doing, though. So, yeah, we're going to maintain our straight line when we're looking left, but the road's turning. A little bit of thought process. Now, state of mind, safety checklist. Maybe we're a little tired. Maybe our fitness level, our energy levels are a little tired. We didn't even think about that. So just be aware. Didn't panic. You notice how at no point did he grab that front brake. Now, why is the camera angle? I'm pointing out some fun things. Okay, the camera angle is like this because we're sitting down and we're looking straight. Why is the camera angle? This is kind of normal. Why is it like this? Because he got bucked up. That back end, or he stood up. Either way, he's up off the seat, right? My best guess is that that back tire hit that bump and it launched him up. So what do we do if we're about to hit a bump? We can stand up a little bit, use our legs as shock absorbers.
Some pretty big trouble.
So watch him kind of get knocked up. You see, like, did that? That can be scary and that can knock you off. All right, good job handling it though and got back on the road. Check your tires, check your rims after that. What's up with this song? I'm kind of tired of it. Let's move on. We're moving on. There we go. Don't do this. Don't do this. This is the dumbest thing ever. That was stupid. That was stupid. That was absolutely dumb. We think we're cool. It's like, yeah, look at me getting through traffic. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Line of sight issues. Remember we talked about position for safety? We have line of sight issues all over the place. I hope nobody screenshotted what I just did. I saw myself and I look absolutely ridiculous. If you did, make sure you post it in the Smart Rider crew. Uh, here we go. So we're coming up through here. Line of sight issues. Don't know. We're going into cross traffic. Can't see. Don't know anything. Don't know anything. Oh crap, we see somebody. Don't do this. Now, the thing he did right, part of an after action review is finding what worked and what didn't. So the thing he did that worked was that he did one of the three things: emergency swerve, emergency accelerator, or emergency brake. He emergency accelerated out of it. Right here. He emergency accelerated out of it. It is what it is. There's going to be a nice little turn right there, low-sided. So that what happens there is we leaned the bike a little bit too far and lost traction. Open lane pattern right here. Oh. Oh, if a kid did oh, it was an accident though. What? What a random thing. What a random thing. There's no way we could have solved this problem. So what he did great, because like it came from there. There's no way. The kid didn't just sit on the side of the road and throw it at him. So the thing that's amazing was no panic. Imagine like, oh crap, and then you do this and you panic. He had enough awareness not to panic and mess up the motorcycle. He has a passenger, and that would have messed everything up. And a full face helmet. Imagine if you didn't have a helmet and it just like broke your nose. Because it might look soft, but anybody ever get kicked in the face with a soccer ball as a kid? Right in the nose? How painful that is? That's just being kicked into the face. Now imagine riding a motorcycle 30 miles an hour and then hitting the ball into your face. Yeah, side of the balls. Exactly. Clip of the crash. All right. Hey, we're practicing. Open road. There's no one around. Hopefully we're doing fine. Didn't break our coccyx. We're doing good. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. It is what it is. You practice in an environment that you're lower risks, no traffic.
High-speed target fixation, but Ryder managed to regain control of the bike.
Okay, regain control.
In the end, it was just an important lesson learned.
Okay, we're gonna make a left turn. We're speeding up. We're trying to keep up with our buddies. We have a sharper right turn. Going a little too fast for our skill level. Oh! Okay, at that point, I know a lot of you new riders are getting to this point where you're taking these turns and you go a little bit wide. You color outside the lines just a little bit. It's a little freaky. It's like, hey, nothing happened. Everything's fine. The moment that happens and you're like, oh, everything's fine, and like, I'm glad nothing happened. Remember that it did happen. You did go outside the line. So what are you going to learn? Slow it down a little bit, or I would prefer slow it down and start practicing a little bit more so that never happens again. Because if there was a car coming around that corner, you would have been dead. This Opa song. Let's just move off from that. Let's go back to here. Let's go ahead and do this. So our buddy's going to be doing some wheelies or whatever, messed it all up. We hit something, maybe, possibly. I don't know if our buddy did it to us, but yeah, we hit the ground. Not a good feeling. It's up to you if you guys want to ride side by side with others that do wheelies and do stupid stuff. All right, Daniel the Road Glide. Like your name, buddy. Oh, we're going wide. Once again, like I said, if there was a car coming, possibility of a crash into the car, dead. Thankfully, the car did not hit him. But sharp turn, don't try to keep up with your friends. Ride your own ride. Use a Cardo Pack Talk Edge. And guys, here's the thing. If you don't even... I think I've said it already, and I keep saying it again, but I've made this system very specifically for those of you that need to learn how to ride and you don't have the MSF near you. Here's the book right here that's going to take you from zero to your motorcycle endorsement test. Here's the book right here that's going to give you all the drills, 24 drills, so that you can practice your slow speed maneuvers and become amazing on your motorcycle. You have the rescue booklet right here on know what to do after a crash. The rescue, this right here. And you get a rescue card. This is the printed version. It comes with a cone kit version. So if you want some cones right there, you just need 10 or 5 tennis balls cut in half for 10 cones. There's a digital version. I made this system so that you know how to ride. I see too many of these crashes. I see too many of these things. I've built this based on how I learned how to ride, because I didn't have resources. I used my firefighter knowledge to learn how to ride, learn how to drive stick shift and all that stuff, all this stuff. And then I became an MSF rider coach and a bunch of other different certifications and added that knowledge to this system. Check it out. These people are just crashing all over the place. Okay, I don't really care about this road rage stuff. It's not a big deal.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I
Drunk guy, those guys are fun. Drunk guys are fun. Incoming traffic. How did they not see him? He's wearing high vis, everything. Get yourself out of there. Move into a new position for safety. All right, open lane pattern. Somebody wants to switch over into the open lane right in front of you. We're not paying attention and we impacted. More than likely, you just wanted a new motorcycle. Oh, ooh, that's gotta be painful. Imagine just like tripping and falling on the sidewalk, just walking. How painful that would be. Now imagine going this speed into the sidewalk. So I love how when people are posting these kinds of things, it's like they don't really post what happened beforehand. Let's get to that frame. They don't post really what happened beforehand. Were we passing somebody? Why are we so far off the edge? Well, maybe because we're going 71 miles per hour. Probably in like a 30, 35, so we're going double the speed limit. We're going 71 miles per hour, going too wide in the corner. It's a pretty easy corner too. So like, why are we here? Speed is definitely a factor. That's some evidence that we have here. It could be lack of experience. I don't know. They didn't even put their name down here or nothing. They didn't do any of that stuff. What could it be? It doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, are we the active threat? Are we the threat to ourselves by going too fast and acting like idiots out on the motorcycle? That's a dangerous machine. It's dangerous. I'm tired of people saying motorcycles are not dangerous. Motorcycles are dangerous. Guns are dangerous too. No, guns are dangerous. Not by themselves. No. A motorcycle sitting in the garage is not necessarily dangerous sitting by itself. A gun sitting on in a safe or on the counter or whatever is not dangerous in of itself. But the simple fact that we're riding a motorcycle or handling a gun is dangerous. It is what it is. Having a skill set having a skill set to utilize these tools makes it to where they're less dangerous. Going into a burning building is dangerous. Having the appropriate gear and the team with you and the training for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks makes it less dangerous. It's still dangerous. So stop acting like idiots. Stop acting like you're a threat if you're not using the skills that you should be having. 71, easy corner, not paying attention, whatever it is, you're the problem. All right, here we go. Crazy Gold Pro. Oh, interesting view. Got a little bit of gravel in his nose. What happened there? Yeah. So we're going a little fast. All over the place, not coloring within the line. Same thing. If you can't ride a motorcycle in the lane, stop going that fast.
Well. How did you shoot him, Abby?
That was a slow speed problem. There's probably oil or gravel in the road. It looks like the back tire just washed out. That's why we do the smart rider drills to practice, but if in case something bad happens, we have full gear. All right, somebody went wide because they're trying not to hit the cyclist. Good job moving out of the way in mid-turn. That's very good. All right, side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle. Apply the brakes, apply the brakes. Good job, good progressive braking. Handled it. So when we're coming up to an intersection, you see this. So the arrow points it out, right? The arrow points it out. Thank you so much for doing that. But you see that typically, that side of the vehicle kind of creeping out from this distance. Like you see with your eyes, you see the movement of the vehicle. Catches your attention. It's like, oh, intersection. Oh, car. I'm going to come up to this intersection assuming it can possibly be a relevant threat, an active threat. So I'm going to cover the front brakes. I'm going to be prepared for one of those three things: swerve, brake, accelerate. I'm going to be prepared just in case. And so then when he comes up to here, I'm already prepared to apply the brakes. And now I'm applying the brakes and going 55 kilometers per hour. That's only about 30, 35 miles per hour. Apply the brakes. Easy, progressively. If we were the threat to ourselves by speeding, we would have never been able to stop in time or slow down in time. Just vibing until this happens. Uh-oh.
Just jump off for me, man.
What'd he do?
Just jump off. What's your name, fella?
What'd he do?
What's your name?
Vincent.
Vincent. How come you got a blocked letter on your number plate?
This is up here like this, mate.
What's the deal with that?
It, I don't know, must be the wind.
The wind?
Was it actually like that?
Yeah, yeah. It was up.
Yeah.
Looking up blocking your number plate, which is pretty.
Oh, you can tell. I didn't do it on purpose. It would have just.
It doesn't look like he did it on purpose. I can see it, but the amount of resources for a blocked letter on your license plate. I don't pay my taxes for this. I pay my taxes to keep everyone safe when it comes to criminals. This is, I could see if like he had like a little clip and a little clip so that he can attach it. But if he just has a little tag dangling and it just went up.
All right. Get your bike off the road and we can have a chat.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. But with that said, you know, we got another video coming up, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and you join the live streams. All right, guys, ride safe, be safe. I'll see you later. Yeah, that was a little ridiculous. That was another 29-minute video. I was trying to make it 20, but we just kept I got a little preachy. Hopefully you guys didn't mind the little preachy stuff. It frustrates me. It frustrates me that I see people acting like idiots and then blaming others. It's like, take responsibility. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks taking responsibility. Nobody likes to do it. Nobody likes to do it. But once again, guys, make sure you grab. Well, what the heck? Yeah, there you go. Make sure you grab one of these kits. Go and grab the whole system. Grab the system. There we go. Boom. Full system right there. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. Let's jump into this one. Make sure I get some caffeine. Yeah, you'll never learn by blaming somebody else. You're always going to be hoping somebody else changes their behavior. Isn't that weird? I don't know why it's a natural human instinct, but you blame somebody else hoping they change their behavior so they stop creating problems for you. Okay, that's fine. You can hope all you want. That's why you set boundaries for that kind of situation. But if you want somebody else to change their behavior so that they don't hurt your feelings or don't hurt you, what is it? And you're not perfect. When you do something that hurts somebody's feelings or hurts them, don't you think they want you to change your behavior? So now we're just constantly bickering and fighting. So if you're in a loving relationship and you have a relationship that you want to keep, then you need to take responsibility for your behavior, and that person needs to take responsibility for their behavior, saying, hey, you hurt my feelings, and then they take responsibility and change behavior. It might be a learning experience. It might take them a while. That's why patience and grace comes into effect, but they want to change their behavior. Great. They tell you, hey, Daniel, you hurt my feelings. It's my responsibility to it's my responsibility to change my behavior so I don't continue hurting the person that I care about. And I might need some time to do it because it's going to be a new habit I got to develop or whatever the behavior is. And I hope I get patience and grace from them, but we both are actively working towards changing our own behaviors that harms the other in a loving relationship. Simple as that. Yeah, and that's another way of doing it, Horvath. There are some people out there that say, I need you to change your behavior, but they will never change their behavior. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's kind of the big problem. All right, here we go. We're gonna jump into this one. I think it stems from childhood. If they were sheltered, scolded, if they were, yeah, no, a lot of stuff comes from childhood. But here's the thing, chica. Just because you're taught that in childhood does not mean you need to do that in adulthood. Part of being an adult is learning new things and changing behaviors. There's a lot of stuff in my childhood, and I could take this from, for me. I would say most of the stuff I learned in childhood is destructive as an adult in adulthood. And so as an adult, I had to reparent. That's the way I like to look at it, but I had to reteach myself the right way of doing things to live in society. Yeah, that's what I had to do. And the tough part is society will teach you. So I was taught by society pretty heavily, and so I took a lot of time on myself to be like, I need to learn this I need to relearn from me versus letting others teach me, because others are pretty bad too. So I need to take time and learn from with study, self-study, therapy, all this other stuff, so that I don't get harmed out there. I can do inner work here. And so you can't take it from childhood. Just because you were taught that as a kid doesn't mean you continue doing it. Does not mean you continue doing. That's another thing, personal responsibility. It's like personal responsibility is so rare. It's rare because it's hard. Hard things weed out the people that are unwilling to do hard things, which sucks because we used to be, the humanity used to be a group of people that would do hard things to move society forward. And it seems like since I became an adult, I'm pretty sure it was before that. I don't know, Hog Rider. You probably know this because you're the crew grandpa here. The vast majority of people are just weak. It is what it is. And change is scary for people, and learning is changing thyself, so they stick to comfort zone. Well, I've been doing it since my earliest childhood, and I won't stop no matter how often they tell me to stop shitting my pants. that made a turn. That turned. Yeah, and change is scary. And here's one thing I'll leave before we jump into this one. Change. Change invokes grief. You move from one city to the next city, even if it's for a possible job promotion, better outcomes, better everything, better housing, better whatever, better. You're changing from one city to the next. You're going to go through a grief process during that change of the nostalgia of the old place, the fond memories of the old place. And now you are in a brand new open environment. Even though they can be better, possibilities of betterness, you have to go through a grief phase. And I think enough people have done enough of that through childhood and early adulthood. They're like, I don't want to grieve anymore. I don't want to change anymore. The thing is, society and life experiences, things will change that you have no control over. And so you have to get used to the grief. You have to get used to being adaptable. You need to be used to having change, and you need to focus on what's currently in front of you in the present. And some people, changing jobs or changing where you live, changing partners, it's a change of identity. And so I'm a husband, now I'm divorced. I'm no longer a husband, I'm no longer anything. Kind of a feel. I'm a firefighter. I'm no longer a firefighter, I'm no longer anything. At the end of the day, I'm Daniel. You have to find some grounding. You have to find some anchor. You are you. You are not your identities. I am Daniel. No matter if I'm a motorcycle rider, no matter if I'm a firefighter, no matter if I'm anything. At the end of the day, I'm Daniel putting on this role. And if I no longer have the role, I no longer have the role. I'm still Daniel. That's why Alzheimer's scares me. That's the thing that scares me. But, yep. You are more than the sum of your parts. Yep. And people are, and so everything I just said, scared of change, scared of grief, apply that to motorcycle riding. I'm scared to ride on the highway. I don't want to make the change from on-road to highway. I feel comfortable on surface streets. I feel comfortable just in the neighborhood. I'm not going to go on the main roads. You have to change and grieve that comfort, the familiar, to something new. Oh, wine sounds great. To something new. So, being able to process the change and grief, the main thing here is having the skill set. The skill set. It's something I've been studying lately, and we're going to jump into this video. Sorry, guys. I love psychological, philosophical things. This is what I do all day in my head. This is what made me the person I am today. There is the learning experience, and we keep going between different domains. Like we were talking about, life changes, grief, motorcycle riding, kind of the same thing, but not. But different domains, same skill set. I need you guys to understand this. Everything in life involves learning an actual skill, like motorcycle riding. Learning how to turn the motorcycle is a skill. It's a skill. The fear involved, if I turn these handlebars, I'm going to crash. That's the emotional learning experience. There is a learning experience, physical learning experience. There is an emotional learning experience. So you can just not care about anything in the world, or you just don't think, or I don't know, maybe you have brain damage to where you don't have emotions. You can function in society. You can learn new physical skills all the time if you don't have like an emotional thing holding you back. But we're mostly humans for the most. Like a lot of us, like 99% of us have an emotional experience alongside the physical reality of things. Internal, external. So it's one thing to learn the external physical skill. You must understand the underlying emotional skill experience, the emotional learning experience. So, yeah, turning the handlebars is easy. The fear might prevent you from doing something easy. The fear and grief of change might prevent you from taking that opportunity of getting that job in the next city over. Even though it's better and you want it, but you're scared and it prevents you. So having the skill set to get that new opportunity got you there. You need a skill set also when it comes to that fear, that grief, the thing holding you back mentally. So learning how to manage grief can help you out with that emotional learning experience to get you that new opportunity. How to manage your fear can get you to that new opportunity. How to manage your anger, how to manage your emotions, not get rid of them, but how to manage them. Feel them and understand what they are and say, that's just the feeling. I'm confident enough I can do this because I got the opportunity. You have to constantly understand these. A lot of people are not getting to where they want to be because of the emotional experience involved in that very specific situation. Not because they're not worth it. Not because they literally got a job promotion for the next city and the boss says, do you want it or not? And you're scared over here and you want to say no because you're scared. Like you did it. And you know you want it, but you're scared of it. Understanding that will get you to where you want to go. And so that's the same thing with coaching, same thing with motorcycle riding. I am scared to leave the neighborhood on the bike. I have all the skills. I've been riding in the neighborhood for 6 months. Every weekend, but I can't leave the neighborhood. Well, what is preventing you from leaving the neighborhood then? It's not your skills. So I truly believe that more people in this world, if it's one thing to get the skill, the external physical skill. There's so much lack when it comes to that emotional skill building. An emotional skill building. So if you feel like you're doing everything right and you still just can't, for some reason things aren't working out for you, start working not on more physical external skills. Think about maybe there's something holding you back internally. And internal is thoughts and emotions. Behaviors are actions. Behaviors are the external. Emotions and thoughts are internal. So you might be really good with your behaviors, but your internal, your thoughts and your emotions are unregulated all over the place, causing chaos to where your behaviors become chaos. I wish more people would take the time to do that. And I'm really trying to make it a thing when it comes to these books, guys. Like I keep promoting it, I keep saying it, but it's like in the videos themselves and in the text themselves, I really try to interweave the emotional learning experience of like, hey, if you need a break, take a break. Hey, take some breathing techniques and calm down and all that stuff. Help you buy a bike. Also, part of the package is how to buy a motorcycle. It's a digital download. How to buy a motorcycle. So if you really wanted to know how to buy a motorcycle, well, thank you, Elad. I really want to put these in more structure, kind of like how this is how I talk when it comes to motorcycle riding and stuff, and I had to put it in books and structure. And so I would love to do the same thing when it comes to like articles about this kind of stuff. But it's a new thing. It's scary. It's a new thing. So that's why I want to do the After Ride podcast, because it's a podcast. I could just talk. It doesn't have to be structured. Put myself through a mental shift when I suit up to go on the bike ride. Perfect. I love that. I love that. And that's so Prod, I know how to use clutch, yet I've never ride it. I've never done it or anything like that. So interesting enough, that's dialectical education. So you know how to do it, you just never done it. You've read it, you've seen it, you've seen somebody do it, all these things, but you've never done it. It's dialectical intelligence, dialectical education. There's a procedural intelligence and procedural education. So it's one thing to see it and it's like, I know how it needs to be done. It's another thing to actually do it. And so you have to have both educations. That's why I make the books the way I do it, and I include the QR code, because I don't want people just to read about it. I want them to actually do it. So I show and demonstrate how to do it. And that's another thing. It's like, hey, they're seeing me do it. But in the new system, when I develop it, there's going to be a workbook of like, I want you to do these things and you will get to where you need to go. Because that's the procedural knowledge, procedural education. Dialectical sounds like a bad word. You get dizzy because you come too fat. Oh my gosh. Bending over. All right, guys, we got to get this one done. We are 3 hours. Okay, I'm going to stand away. 3 hours of a live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But I need to eat. I need to take the dogs out. It is almost 2 o'clock. So 2 o'clock will probably be done. With that said, let's jump into this one. We're just going to power through it. We're going to have some fun with this one. 3, 2, 1. All right, we have a 2-year-old MotoStars video. Let's just take a look. I'm not gonna pause it. If you've been a part of the live stream, we've been 3 hours into it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you don't know what I'm talking about. We've talked about all the plan methods and stuff. So there's the plan method. Here we go. So we have a left. Oh, geez. Green does not mean go. It means you have the opportunity to go. Look both ways. It is a hazardous situation. All right, SUV hit and run on cyclists. Uh-oh. This is ridiculous. This is a highway. Get out of the road. This is annoying. Oh. Okay, so how do you rescue somebody? Just in case they have broken things and bleeding everywhere. Yeah, he's gonna run over your bike now. Well, if you're gonna be surrounding him, get out of the road. I don't get it. It's like, why can't you just sit in a parking lot? If you're gonna have this many bicycles, just hang out in a parking lot and just take over a parking lot. Don't take over a roadway. All right, moving on. We're on a scooter, I think. Okay, side of the vehicle, side intersection. So somebody's coming out. What do? We have 3 things that we can do. Mercy swerve, mercy brake, mercy accelerate. Last second, they moved out of the way. Rev bomb's not gonna do anything. It's not a scooter, but last second, Come on. Pay attention. See that. Oh, geez. Always wear protective gear and riding motors. Please don't have broken body parts. So how do we rescue? Just in case. You couldn't even make a... Oh, I couldn't even make that turn because it's going too fast. So slow it down. Are you the active threat? You and your speed, the active threat. All right. So we're going on a nice little turn right here. This guy's going to go fast. It's almost like God or an angel pulled me over to just enough in this lane. Faster if you think I'm blink. I'm really a dangerous situation. Okay. Oh, so this is why communicating to each other with Cardo Pack Talk edges. Link in description if you want a Bluetooth system. And then also there's a phone mount in there, rock form. There's discounts there. But this is why we communicate with each other and having our phone mount with the GPS. But like, this is the exit. Because it was unknown to this person for some reason, not paying attention that this was the exit. Everyone else knew. This is why you can talk to each other. Hey, we're taking this exit. Or we all put our coordinates and what we're trying to do on our phones. Have your phone ready. Have the GPS going. We're going to Arby's, you know, on 16th Street. So I'm going to need you to put it in your GPS. We're going to Arby's on 16th Street, and it's going to take you where you need to go. Simple as that. Or talk to each other. But that could prevent so many of these types of crashes. And now we have a vehicle on fire. Oh, jeez. Is the motorcycle on fire? Just let it burn. Hopefully you have full coverage, comprehensive coverage. It's going to take care of it. We just left our buddy at home. Interesting. So we're not even a part of this group. Oh, maybe that makes more sense. Okay. Anyways, if you're a part of a group, there you go. All right, we're going fast around corners. This is what we like to do, 107 miles per hour. Extremely fast. We have a sharp left turn coming up ahead. Slow it down before then. We're trying to catch up to our buddies. Once again, you could talk to them, be like, hey, I'm not going to keep up with you guys. I'll see you guys at Arby's. Or Chick-fil-A if it's not Sunday. So he's going to crash on that turn. Thankfully, did not hit the car, but we fell into the sun. All right, we get to see another view. Nice and slow-mo. So we're coming around the corner. Maybe some road surface hazard. We don't really know too much, but he's leaned really far. So we're going to lose traction. Thankfully, not 2 seconds before we would have hit that SUV or that truck. But now he's just going to be off the side of the cliff. Not a big deal. Just nobody's going to find him for, a year and a half. All right, here we go. We're moving on. Lots of brake lights. Maintain our space cushion. Somebody's coming out. Okay, there's going to be the open lane pattern. If you don't know what that is, please subscribe to this channel. And then Motorcycle Training Concepts on YouTube. I've posted a lot of stuff there. I've been posting more recently, and we talk about the plan method and how to ride from the neighborhood into the main road so that we can get to a parking lot. And that's part of the motorcycle training system, the Smart Rider motorcycle training system that I have. Multiple different books, all in one package. From zero and nothing to a confident motorcycle rider. And that's what I teach you in chapter 7, from neighborhood to the parking lot. And then we practice the motorcycle skills test in the parking lot with that system. Check it out, links in the description. All right, Diana. All right, what you got going on, Diana? Is that a showy helmet? Oh! Not good. Okay, so face first. Now, this is why you wear a full face helmet.
Is he good?
She would have ripped her face off. Seriously. She would have ripped probably her face off if she did not have that full face helmet and that chin bar. So make sure you wear full protective gear. Zizzy Moto. All right, nice, beautiful area. We have a turn coming up. Are we gonna do the appropriate speed? Oh, somebody crashed. Somebody went down. Remain calm. Ensure your own safety. If there's any major bleeds, stop them. Okay. So that's gonna be a big thing, and that's part of the system. It comes with the rescue book.
You okay?
Right here. And it comes with the rescue card.
Anything hurt?
Right there.
I'm just asking. Huh?
We need to have a thumbnail. There you go.
Does anything hurt?
You learn how to rescue somebody.
Okay.
And you have a reference card just in case you forget. Look at that. The armor protected it. That would have been her knee open. That's the armor.
I stood on those fucking gravel.
Yeah, I saw the gravel kick up. Can you move all your toes and your fingers?
She's wearing a Cardo Pack Talk Edge.
Does it?
Yeah. You okay?
Oh, that was the same person. Okay. That makes more sense. It's two different camera angles. Two different camera angles.
Some damage on the primary. The handlebars are done.
Yeah, it is what it is. All right, wheelie time. We're gonna probably loop it. Well, somebody did.
Down again, down again.
Oh, holding his coccyx.
Down, man, down.
Holding the coccyx. COCCYX. Your tailbone. Easy to break when you fall down on your butt at that speed and at that height. Straight down, boom. It's gonna be hard to pee. It's gonna suck the poop. Not fun. You're gonna have to sit on a donut all the time. All right, blurring out our speedo. Okay, we have a sharp right turn come up ahead. It's not as sharp as I thought, but the chevrons indicate that they are sharp, so let's slow it down just in case we need to. There's people on the side of the road. Why is your door open? I don't know, but we moved around it perfectly fine, but now we're gonna act like idiots afterwards. All right, moving on to Firefighter 999. Very interesting name, I love it. Okay, high-vis gear. We got a side of the vehicle right there. What do? We can either brake, swerve, or accelerate out. Good job. Handled it. 3 things we can do. All right, what do we got here? Signal left, turning right. Okay, that's why I don't trust any signals. I trust people's movement. You see the tires move first. That's why he moved, because he saw that ahead of time. We didn't see that. Why did we not see that? Go back. Why did we not see that? Because we have a line of sight issue. They see it, they see it, they see it. We are focused only on us. We're only on us, only on us. Why are they moving out of the way? Because they see it. Now we can see it, the line of sight. So that's why we're confused. So they did everything right. Now I used to drive an ambulance and the firefighter EMT. I would try my best to not scare people so they would get in accidents because I'm going lights and sirens. So that'd be worst case scenario is that, oh, there's the side of the vehicle. Worst case scenario is somebody would crash because I'm driving the ambulance. So good job slowing it down. They recognize we moved on. That's a side of the vehicle pattern though. Don't ever touch someone you don't know. Don't be an idiot like this guy.
It's a Honda Rebel, bro.
He was about to get a helmet head, but
Ain't no Rebel.
until I saw his stitches, probably got them from being stupid.
That's what I tell him. Hey, what's up?
He's drunk. That's a screwdriver in his hand. Some vodka,
There you go.
some orange juice.
Bro, you want to see a wheelie?
No.
Looking like
Go
this.
do a wheelie somewhere else.
Looking like this.
Get out of my space. Don't get out of my space.
That me?
Uh-uh.
Look like this. Why you think I'm in the...
People don't learn.
Be careful, man.
Nah. Careful.
Stay safe out there.
Careful.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, get your jigsaw on, man.
For sure, man.
You don't know. Criminals are criminals. Bad people are bad people. They've gotten a lot of training in being criminals. They got a lot of training being bad. This could all be an act. I don't know. It looks like a drunk guy, but they can act like they're drunk. Get out of my face. Oh, down. He's down. How do we rescue once again? What do we do? What do we do? Rider is okay, just a bit scuffed up. And that's a good outcome. I don't want to have to use my trauma kit if I don't have to. All right, side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle. Good swerve, good swerve, good swerve. Yeah, perfect. It is what it is. Close call, close call. It is what it is, but we handled it. All right, what do we got here? Nice little boots. I highly recommend actual motorcycle boots. Those will work for now. There's the side of the vehicle right there. Those will work for now, especially when you first start riding, but after a while, start getting real motorcycle boots because they have better protection for the ankles. Oh dear. Okay, if there's one, there's more. Be very careful. I'll use your high beams. What do we got here? Chukas Borley. It's that open lane pattern. Somebody did not want to be stuck behind them. Did not see us. Inattentional blindness. If you don't know what inattentional blindness, go ahead and Google it up. All right, arriving at DMV for practice session. He's gonna drop the bike. If you do this during, okay, no, just some oil. Probably felt a little slippage.
Good, how are you?
Not too bad, just getting some practice in?
Yeah, I used to do the front parking lot, but since they got this new one, I'm gonna start practicing some more, so, yeah.
Yeah, guess great minds think alike.
Yeah.
The same thing, but I don't want
He's doing this.
Oh, no, go ahead, I mean.
I love it. So this is an MSF BRC1 layout. Oh, motorcycle. Oh no, embarrassing.
That was a tight one. Oh, that's right, yeah. You're okay though, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect.
Thanks for watching till the end.
And he's gonna lift it up the appropriate way. So here's what I want to point out. Not this. So this right here above my head is the tight turn from a stop part of the motorcycle operator skills test. So you do a tight, and we're going to see it from another angle. I want to point out because, and I said I wasn't going to spend a lot of time, but here's the thing. This is part of chapter 9. This is chapter 9 right here. The motorcycle operator skills test. Chapter 9 of the Smart Rider book, or Smart Rider motorcycle training system. This is the Riding Smart book. So we have all of this stuff. Exercise 2, tight turn from a stop. I show you how to do it. I show you how to do this. So we're going to go over just a little bit here. So you start off at the MSF or at the DMV. Let's go ahead and delete this. You start here if you're at the MSF and everyone's kind of like stacked up here, right? And here's the first person. And then now they come up to here. And now you have to make this turn inside here. So I set up cones for the exercise. And we're going to hit play real quick so I can show you the other side. So he's setting up. See how he's on the right here, perfect. So you see how he's on that tee box back here. So he's gonna come up to here, stop, and they're gonna tell you, hey, it's time to go. So then you make this turn, and then you come over here. I'm gonna see if there's another view. Okay, right. Let's see right there. Perfect. Yeah, right here. So he's gonna make this turn. And it's going to come all the way around. And it's hard to see. There's some dashed lines here and a line that goes right here and then comes down right here. And then there's like a red dash line. That red dash line is for any motorcycles above 600cc for their engine size. Anything below 600cc, you have to do it inside this box. Anything above 600cc, you basically have like a full box like that, okay? So what you need to do is you need to go around like this, and then you need to make a left-handed U-turn in that box, and then stop. It's hard. It's a weird angle. And stop inside this box right here. So that's exercise 2. The first exercise, and this is probably what he's starting to do. He's doing the first exercise. First exercise is he stopped here. There's a cone here, cone here, cone here, cone here. Cone. It looks squished because we're at that camera angle. This is the straight line weave. So you go right of the first cone, left, right, left, and then you make a U-turn and stop in the box. That's what he's doing. So that's the first exercise. I just showed you the tight turn exercise. And then the other exercise is that back there a little bit more. It's the stop. Quick stop. So he's going to go and accelerate from here. He needs to pass that. As soon as he passes this, there's all these slotted lines like this. So as soon as he passes this line right here, he needs to start slowing down, stop. And wherever he lands on that line, that's his score. Okay. So there's that. And then it's hard to see how this is all set up. But I think the way it's set up, the way it's set up is the same thing for the swerve. So there's going to be a cone here and a cone here, and he must swerve left or right. So that's how it's set up and that's the motorcycle operator skills test, and that's what I teach you in Chapter 9, how to set it up. And there's QR codes of me doing it. But I show you how to set it up. I show you how to do it. And I take you from nothing, not knowing anything, first chapter, getting to the parking lot and practicing in a parking lot, setting up your cones. And you only need 10 cones. I provide 10 cones in a cone kit, or just do 5 tennis balls in half. 5 tennis balls in half. Simple as that. But that's what he's doing here in the parking lot. But this is the MSF course and how it's all set up.
More so.
And so at the MSF course, this is where you practice. I'm just having some fun with this one. I guess this is gonna be a longer video. This is where you practice the tight turn. They'll set up cones here. They'll set up cones here. The MSF rider coach is standing right there. You stop right here and say, okay, make your turn. And then they reverse it. I was an MSF rider coach for 2 years. And then you reverse it. You do the same thing. He just failed it though. That's all. But that's the MSF rider, the MSF stuff, the course right there. But I have my own system. So if you can't make it to an MSF and you want to learn how to ride your own motorcycle and get your endorsement, get the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. It has everything in it, including 24 motorcycle training drills that will test your bike bonding. It will test your skill set. 24 drills, 10 cones, same thing. Everything I do is going to be 10 cones. So once you get 10 cones, you're done. Set it up in a parking lot. But I hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Grab yourself a slice of pizza and go out there and practice. That was pretty cool to see that at the end. That was pretty cool to see that at the end. Let's go ahead and get my chair. But that's why I wanted to develop this, is because not everybody has access to the MSF. Not everybody has access to it. And if you're just out practicing in your neighborhood, you're good to go. Like I set it up to where you're just straight up in your neighborhood. You're welcome, David. They teach MSF at high school near me on weekends. If I can get there on weekday evenings or after classes on Saturday, I'd like to go through those drills. Perfect, Scout Rider Brian. So hopefully, I mean, you can rewind this, but that will be part of that video. So that video will come out this weekend. So you can just kind of like follow that last clip and like try to find those same markings at your, because every MSF is pretty much the same markings. It's standardized markings on the road. It's all measured. Everything's measured. Like, it's hardcore. I've helped out making them. And so you can practice those pretty easy if you just kind of like rewatch that last part that I did. I wish I could explain it better. Maybe it can be its own video. I don't know. It's probably on perks. Yeah, probably. Sheriff had to lay her down. Yeah. And so, like, but I teach. Yeah, I'm tired too. Elad, it's late for you. Go to sleep. But that's what I do with this. Yeah, you can look at my drills playlist too. But I set up my own cones. Those have the marking. So if he has access to the actual MSF. But yeah, if you want to get like this stuff, you set up the cones once. I feel like not everybody knows that. You set up the cones once. I show you how to do it. You only set them up once, and you just do, there's 24 drills. You never have to move the cones after you set them up once. 24 drills. And they get harder and harder and harder. They start off as beginner, and then it gets harder and harder and harder. How's everybody, Brother Dan? How you doing? Sweet. Glad you're here. I got to get going. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. And we've been live streaming for over 3 hours. How long would it roughly take you if you attempted an entire series of drills? I'm going to answer this question, then we're going to head out. Part of the new drills, so there's 24 drills. Part of the new drill booklet is the master control certification. You have to do all the drills in one go. Like, you have to one after the other after the other. When I did it for the videos, I did 3 runs per drill. So what's 25 times 3 is 75, so minus 3, 72 drills. I did 72 runs of the Smart Rider drills, and it took me 49 minutes. See you later, Motogaga. So it took me 49 minutes to do 72. So if I just did 24 straight, it would be like 15 minutes to do all of them in a row. But I'd be dizzy because I started getting dizzy towards the end. So that's gonna be a test. That's gonna be a certification. We have basic control, advanced control, master control certifications for the Smart Rider crew pretty soon. Once May 1st hits, we're gonna be having that. I'm working on that consistently. But yeah, I'm gonna get going. Make sure you guys grab the training system for motorcycle training concepts. And hopefully you guys are practicing this weekend. Have a great weekend. I'll see the Smart Rider crew tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'm going to do another Smart Rider crew update. We might do like an after the ride podcast thing. I think I might do that. And we'll just chat in there. Okay. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys later.